premium of $110. Level rate. Guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you. Specialize in policies of
and bonus silver if you qualify. Find out how to get 5 year savings, tax, and penalty free today. Call 855-969 Gold. That's 855-969 Gold. Performance right here. Should always consult with a financial and tax
Coming off a bye after a win against Texas College, 35-28. Now, the Lions were good enough to win that game, but this team is truly capable of. We've seen flashes, but it has not been consistent. Execution and turnovers on offense and coverage and communication have plagued big-time plays by the opponent on the defensive side of the ball. Now, in terms of being home for these last 2 weeks, according to the Langston coaching staff, that has been the primary focus of head coach Quinn Morgan, trying to get his team back on track, back here in the friendly confines. Now, it's October, and the Lions will need to be better and come out ready to play, because we all know conference championships are truly won in October. The NAIA ranked number 15 ranked Ottawa Spirit is unbeaten, 3-0 overall, and in conference. In their last outing on September 20th, they beat Panhandle State 56-10. Now, they have been dominant for the first 3 games, outscoring their opponents by a combined 133-24. This is a fast-paced and aggressive offense with a balanced attack that have been averaging right around 40 points a game. Now, this afternoon, the questions are, can the Lions kickoff show. We apologize for the little audio issue that we had there for a moment, but the kickoff show is sponsored, of course, by Community Health Centers of Oklahoma. I was just getting ready to not necessarily hug my partner, but it's going to be like a family reunion, like I said before. Gary Woods is in the building. Coach, you put some miles on for the regular job that you have. How does it feel to at least be back in the state?
I tell you what, man, it feels good to be back in the state. It feels good to be up on the hill, being able to call a football game for, of course, my alma mater, dear Langston. And so we're excited to see the Lions capitalize on the momentum coming out of Texas College, the win there in Tyler, and now facing an Ottawa, Arizona team. I heard you in your opening statements, you were, saying, hey, that Langston's 1-3, and just want to put a little perspective around it. The two of those three losses came at the hands of both Grambling State and University of Texas Rio Grande, which are both Division I programs. One's a 1AA program. The other one is getting ready to go into FBS, or if they haven't already transitioned to FBS. So it's not as bad as it sounds. Just want to put some perspective around that, playing against those two Division I teams. And then, of course, the loss that did hurt was the one here at Anderson Stadium against Louisiana Christian, 31-24.
Right, no doubt about that. Now, see, the Lions, when you look at their schedule, one home game in September, 3 road games.
Yeah.
What are the biggest advantages of having road games and, of course, the biggest challenges of road games?
Well, one of the advantages of going on the road early is that you get an opportunity to test your mettle, to see how well you can stand up against some stronger competition. I always look at when a smaller school like a Langston plays against a Division I opponent, and we're talking about 2 levels, distance between Grambling State and Langston, and then 3 levels between Langston and University of Texas Rio Grande, because we're talking about a legitimate FBS program. Those is what I call prep games. Those are games where you say, okay, hey, let's play up, kind of like you do with your son. You say, hey, we're going to go play against some older, bigger, stronger, faster, some bigger programs, more scholarships, and then on the road. And then that way when we come back into our into our conference, and we're playing against teams that we normally face, NAIA programs like us, now we're better prepared if we haven't sustained a bunch of injuries.
Now, if you were a chef and cooking a big upset win, what key ingredients are you adding into that mix?
Well, I tell you, one of the key ingredients is, number one, keep the ball away from Ottawa, Arizona. I can tell you that right now. If you're giving me keys to the game, keep their offense on the sideline. Do what you have to do to milk the clock. Run the football, establish the run most definitely, throw it around. Don't necessarily have to hit the home run ball. Just keep moving the chains, right? We should be saying, first down a lot in this call. And then in addition to that, what we want to do is we want to minimize turnovers and penalties, which give opportunities to Ottawa to get short fields, bailing them out of tough situations, maybe where we have them up against the wall between a rock and a hard spot. And instead of forcing them to turn the ball over, now we open up the door and let them walk right through it into a first down, sustaining their drives and killing ours.
Interesting enough, when you start talking about that, is the history in this series and the matchup between these two schools. When you start talking about it entering into today more than anything else, there has been some serious great matchups between these schools.
Right.
If you like points, this game normally averages about 77 points per game between both teams.
Right.
In that case. In 2024, although it was not a Langston win, was a great game. It was a 10-point game. Oftentimes this game and the swings of this game comes down to 1 or 2 plays, as you just said,
yeah.
1 or 2 possessions, 1 or 2 turnovers, and that opens up the game to how it really goes. So in the 2 blowouts in the series, Ottawa has had them. Langston either turned the ball over or gave them a momentum edge early and they blew them out.
Yep.
However, when it comes to winning close games, Langston's got 3 of them in the series. Today would be the 8th meeting in this series between the two schools. Langston actually averages about 35 points per contest against Ottawa. We're looking at it from, Ottawa itself, they average 42. So if you're Langston, you're already spotting them 7. So if you're looking at them, what they call them lines,
right?
You at a -7, you're a touchdown down, and the game hasn't started. Yeah. And to me, that's the way you have to look at it with a team that's like this. Now, in today's game, more than anything else, we've always seen the tenacity of Ottawa. We've seen the veracity of what they are. They are a national powerhouse when we start coming to that. Everybody always say, you said Ottawa of Arizona, and there's a reason why he keeps saying that, because there are 2 of them. There's one in Kansas, and there's one in Arizona. Right. And as we have said many times, if you have not heard Gary say it, he will say it again during this broadcast. It is an advantage for them where they are because of the way the state and the other systems and colleges go in terms of options and talent. There is talent in the desert, and they go to Ottawa.
Well, think of it like this. Here in Oklahoma, we have NAIA, we have Division II, high-level Division II, like, MIAA Division II. And then you don't have 1AA in Oklahoma, but you do jump to Division I, which is OU and OSU and Tulsa. In Arizona, they have University of Arizona, Arizona State. Then they jump down to 1AA where they have Northern Arizona. Then after that, there's no Division II. So if in the past where you could sign 28 guys at the Division I and the Division I AA level, now when you drop down to NAIA and you're at a program like Ottawa, which you and I have been to that campus, beautiful campus.
Amazing campus.
Amazing campus. I think it's in the suburb of Phoenix, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And then
Surprise, Arizona.
Yeah, Surprise, Arizona. And then new facilities, right? New stadium being built. That, now they got like 2 stadiums now. And so if you're a kid and you're living in Arizona and you want to go play, they pretty much have the pick of the crop there. I mean, they can take who they want, and you got transfers on top of that.
Right, and right now we know that's a big deal. Right. We're going to take our opening break, but first, the field is in great condition. Game time temperature will be a warm and robust 86 degrees, and around the fourth quarter, it's still going to be hot, 84 degrees. Winds will be a much requested thing, and they are blowing from the east today, 13 to 22 miles an hour. We can hear it. You can hear it on our outdoor microphone as it is now. Now, the head coach, welcome to the series, Riley Murphy, who is in his first season, taking over for Mike Nesbitt. And the head coach for the Langston Lion in his 11th season is Quentin Morgan. We'll take a break, come back in about 2 minutes, and you'll hear from head coach Quentin Morgan. We'll break down some more great things about both these programs, get some keys to the game, get the player to watch today. And it's time for kickoff, man.
Yep. It's
time for Langston Lion football. And a nice contingency of crowd is starting to go ahead and coming in. My nose tells me the concession stands is open now.
Great.
The nose barometer is an important detail at football games.
All I'm waiting on is that iced tea.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I want that iced tea.
Oh, you want that iced tea, yeah.
I want that iced tea.
And listen, it's all above board, folks. For those who was nothing crazy going on
it's
with
not
that.
Long Island.
Okay, it's not long.
It's just regular sweet tea.
It's regular sweet tea. Yeah. With the kick.
With a kick.
With a kick.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll take a break. We want to thank all our sponsors, MJ Bell Bonds Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Guiding Right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. This is LU Pregame. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. As we are set here to go, as we continue, all right, we're dropping some Gap Band on you. I had to let that breathe a little bit. Community Health Centers of Oklahoma pregame show. Earlier today, I had an opportunity to talk to Lions head coach Quentin Morgan. He was himself, but he had a lot on his mind, and we had a good conversation, and this is what he had to say today. Today's player to watch, well, that would be the right one. Talking with Lions coach Quentin Morgan. Coach Morgan, you know, when we start looking at your quarterback play over the first few weeks, you guys have had some evaluation periods for your guys. Have you made a decision on who your starter is going into today?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going with Cade. Cade is going to go in as a starter today. We didn't get an opportunity to see him a couple of weeks ago because of he had a concussion due to the University of Rio Grande Valley game. So, but we'll get an opportunity to see him today, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
The level of play from the QB position has to be consistent in your eyes. They have to see and read the field the way you would want them to. How has he been in practice this week that makes you confident in this decision?
He's been doing great. You know, he does a great job of operating the offense. We've put Cade up against some tough competition when he did get the opportunity to start. If you look at it, but he does a great job of managing the offense. Him and Steele as well. So we're very confident between those two, including Hooper. He just had an off couple of games, and it happens. But it's a part of the process. It's always an evaluation moment, and it's always competition. So one day it's about sharpening your game. You can't have any drop-offs because then you give another person the opportunity to take the helm.
That being said, Coach, you were happy about the win at Texas College, but you weren't so happy about that. My general heart from my years of knowing you has been about the defensive play of your defense. Although the D-line played well, Amon Gill, we talked about that, but there were some coverage issues on that back end. What was your thoughts about of that in that game, and then how have you worked to address it during the bye?
I think they just really had a very good scheme. It wasn't really giving up a lot of passes across the middle and zones. It was more of like big plays. We have Henry Ford who's basically playing with one arm, and the coach has seen that, and so they took advantage of that opportunity. And, they threw a lot of fade balls at him, and that's a very smart strategic move. I would use it as well. But the 14 points defense did give up. It was a busted running play. We went in our gaps like we were supposed to be, and then of course the late pass at the end of the game, which was the 2 touchdowns that were scored on us defensively. I still think it's too much, and absolutely right. We had a couple of busted situations. But then again, on the touchdown catch, it was just a great catch by that kid, too, as well. It was very, very, very good catch. But, yeah, we definitely have been discussing our miscues back there, Omo, and we cleaned it up within the last 2 weeks.
Today you guys are focusing on number 15, Ottawa. What do you think of this year's edition of the team? New head coach, new philosophy. What is your thoughts on them?
It's not necessarily a new philosophy. It looks like it's Ottawa, basically. It's going to be a good team. We just got to come to play.
What will be the primary focus? What do you need to take away from them to be successful today?
I think if we take away the run and keep the quarterback contained, force him to beat us with his arm, I think we'll be fine.
Finally, Coach, when you take the field today, what will be, being back at home, you spent a lot of time on the road, you got to sleep in your own bed.
Yeah.
What will be something that you'll say to your team as they get ready to take the field today?
It's just about being disciplined for 4 quarters. They can compete and play with anyone. It's just about us being focused for 4 quarters. If we're focused for 4 quarters and we're disciplined for 4 quarters, we play hard for 4 quarters.
The words of Quentin Morgan, Coach Woods, any reaction to that?
No, he was dead on when he said, hey, Ottawa is Ottawa. And like I said, I think the new head coach, I'm trying to remember where he came from.
Okay, Riley, I'm not sure on where he came from.
What his coaching background is. I thought he was on the existing staff.
I thought he was too.
Yeah. But anyway, Coach was right when he said they look like Ottawa. And not a whole lot of philosophy. However, I am interested in thinking or hearing him say that we're going to force this quarterback to beat us with his arm. Going to try to definitely stop the run. I think that's old school. That's a good approach to take. And then let them throw the ball enough. When you throw the ball, there are 3 things that can happen, and 2 of them ain't good, right?
Right, exactly. So, well, he's talking about Ottawa. Ottawa is Ottawa. Yes, they are.
Yep.
They are always ranked in the top, one of the top teams in the country in so many statistical categories. Number 1 this year. How about this? They're in the top 20 right there on yards per game, averaging about 421 yards per game. Scoring offense, yeah, they're 32nd. It's still top 50. 133 yards, 133 points scored overall when you start talking about their production. And it's all led and done by dual threat quarterback and of course, efficient passer in Cade Peterson.
Yeah.
Cade Peterson has got it. He's got command of the offense, and he can make that. As I said, he can spin that rock.
Yep.
He has the ability to make that happen in space, and he's been great at doing it. Then you have a good running going with him in Kobe Dawkins, a power runner with breakaway potential, and he's really good in short yardage situations. Brandon Shinek returns. He was a key contributor in the game last year. He returns. And then you bring in the athlete that you were talking about before, Jordan Ware. A lot of spot duty for this guy, but he's an athlete. Mm-hmm. You find him isolated in space. He can take advantage of you in so many ways. On the defensive side of the ball, it still revolves around Malik Green and Ryan Hunter. These are guys who are names that you need to know that you're going to talk about when it comes to this outstanding team. Here's the most one. I said 44 points per game is what they're averaging. Opponents are averaging 8.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they put the pressure on you from Jump Street, and that's exactly what it is. In terms of turnover margin, they're +5 through 3 games. So I can sit here and go on and on statistically about it, but Quinn Morgan's got his hands full.
Yeah.
But here's some questions that we definitely have to ask when we start talking about the team today in terms of storyline today. Langston has the athletes, but can they slow them down? Now, Coach Murphy can have a real test here today because Langston has always been a good matchup for them.
Yeah.
The defense is going to have to create turnovers for Langston some kind of way. And can you make them play a close game? How about a one-possession game? Let's see what Ottawa can do in those situations. To me, all those things are extremely key in trying to figure out, can this team go ahead and do it? Now, you're going to go out here, turn the ball over.
You're going to lose a game. You're going to lose big.
You're going to come out here and go 3 and out 4 or 5 times.
You're going to lose big.
So my question is to you, both teams run spread offenses.
Yeah.
And Langston is trying to take theirs up a notch. I know you and I are kind of a throwback when it comes to offensive philosophies, but how do you think that pans out when you've got 2 spread offenses that are comfortable with going up there, zip, 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 out, zip, 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 out?
Well, so
okay, give me the short version because we're against it.
Sure. One of these teams have to hold the ball, right? Langston's key to this game is holding the ball and sustaining drives and being patient with it. Don't feel like they have to just hit a home run. Now, I know Langston offensively, if there's an opportunity to hit a home run, they're going to hit it. But, one of the things that we've seen when you look at since 2018, the series is 4-3. The question becomes, who's going to have that last game? Who's going to have that last possession? Who's going to get points every time downfield? Who's going to hold the ball offensively and force the other folks to kind of panic and do something that they don't want to do?
Now, let's go ahead and pan right into today's player to watch. Of course, it's got to be the quarterback and signal caller for Langston Lions. It's freshman quarterback Cade Barrett. Today's player to watch, freshman sensation quarterback Cade Barrett. Cade, making your first home start, how are you feeling today?
I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Get a win.
Now, you got your first action back in Grambling. Been kind of you had to wait back for your turn, get over from a couple of injuries. So being back at home, what have you focused on in terms of in practice to get yourself ready for the game?
Just locking in mentally and focusing on the opponent, like film-wise, get a good study on them and our game plan, really focusing on what we're doing on offense to attack their defense.
Next up, when you start talking about that, what is something that you're expecting the Ottawa defense to do today?
A lot of man coverage, a lot of blitzing, try to get us uncomfortable on offense. So.
You get back one of your number 1 targets in Roboleski. How's it been getting back that cohesion that you guys had in the first game?
Amazing. Our receiver won. We felt that he was a missing piece, and We've been rolling without him, but now it's just going to be even better with him.
When you guys are getting on the field today, I know every time you are on the field, you want to get the offense to score. But
Right.
sometimes it's about getting first down. Are you prepared to utilize your legs as well as your arm today?
Most definitely. You got to get outside the pocket and extend drives and plays with my legs.
What's one thing that you want to accomplish with the team today? Obviously win, but give me something else that you want to do today.
Just constantly scoring, bring the offense together as a whole, and just like bring it all together. We always like have good halves or good quarters. We got to play a whole 4 quarters of football.
All right, the words there of Cade Barrett. Any reaction there, Gary, to that?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that Robo's back, and I'm sure the team is glad that he's back as well. However, one of the things that I did see early on in the season when he was out there and was healthy, he was the only one getting the ball. And one of the things that we need to definitely make sure of is that we have a balanced attack, that ball is spread around. Don't get me wrong, when it's crunch time, do you want to go to Robo? Yes. But in some of these other games that we've played, particularly last week, as well as the game against Arizona Christian, we had other guys. Louisiana Christian, excuse me. We had other guys making plays and proving that they can go the distance for the Lions. So I think as long as we spread that ball around, make sure that we don't overfocus on Robo, that we hit him when he's open, but not necessarily always just looking for him as a primary, I think we'll have greater balance.
Interesting enough, when we start talking about Langston overall right now, it's a big deal when it comes to it because there are big pieces of this offense that are still missed. Found out this week Levon Williams will be out for the year. Tyler Travis out for the year.
Oh.
And so, and you're still waiting on basically eligibility and things coming from the NAIA on a couple other players. So you're still waiting on that, and the season is already in October already.
Yeah.
So those are going to be some touches. But to Coach Woods' point, Roboleski had 9 receptions, 104 yards, and a touchdown in one game. But the Lions need him because he's still, on the terms of production, would rank number 2 in receiving yards on the season.
Yeah.
Things have turned around because Gerald Martin has 19 catches since that time with 207 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So to me, he is the guy that you've got to turn to.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna take our final timeout of pregame. Come back in just a moment here after the playing, of course, of the national anthem, and then after that, it will be time for Langston Line football. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Langston Line football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Guiding Right, in the Black Chronicle newspaper. for Langston Lion football right here on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 HD1. Maurice Prince and Gary Wood set to bring it to you live, also streaming on PPBC TV. Are you ready for Langston Lion football? Langston today will have to have these 3 keys to a victory. Start fast, takeaways, not giveaways, and contain Cade Peterson. That is not an option. To check that box is probably the most important one today. The Lions will get the ball first coming out this afternoon, and we're glad that you're with us. Key thing today, can the Lions smell an upset here at Anderson Stadium, Gary?
I believe so, but they have to play, and they got to play defense.
All right, back to receive the ball deep for the Lions, of course, is I want to call him the human highlight reel because that's exactly what he is. We're talking about none other than, of course, Mr. Ramar Smith is back there, and also Rorick Hawkins, who's been seeing a lot more time in the tailback position. So instantaneously, we will be putting Cade Barrett right under the microscope. The ball goes to the end zone for a touchback, so it'll be 1st and 10 Lions from the 25-yard line. So, yeah. Gary, you know, the keys to the game, and there's so many interesting storylines into this. You know, this is really a tough road stretch for Ottawa. They were in Panhandle, then they've got Langston, and then they got to turn around and go to Texas College. So you're talking about as tough as it was for Langston in September, it is tougher for Ottawa just for the traveling and making sure that you execute, and you have to have a road mentality because you can't walk into one of these places and an upset can't happen.
Yeah, you definitely can. Langston Lion on the field.
All right, here we go, set to go. Going to hand the ball off right away, and right there, nothing doing as he is swallowed up immediately.
A lot of penetration tackle for loss there.
Corey Floyd, the defensive end, crashed down from Cleveland, Ohio. He did the crash down on that blitz, and that run gap shut that down. Lions lost 3 on that play. It's going to be 2nd down and about 13 now.
That's one of the things they did say earlier in pregame. You know, the Ottawa, Arizona's in a 4-3, but they're bringing pressure from all angles.
All right, going to work right now. True Booker gets his number called, and they're going to get right back to the line of scrimmage. Right now, there's not enough push. Right now, the spirit off the defensive line is winning the battle. When you see the linemen stop moving, that means there is no cutback lanes, and unless you've got a burst to get to the outside, you get inhaled.
Yeah, no, actually, this 4-3. And this is a situation, too, where
they've got 7-8 in the box.
Yeah,
they're
Barrett loaded in the block.
All right, Barrett looking and decides to take off and decides to run and makes the safe move there. He's going to run out of bounds after a gain of 4 right at the 26-yard line. So basically a 3-play, 3 runs, and not really getting anything going there, as Ottawa immediately wants to take the air out of the Langston Lion offense right now.
Yeah.
2 blitzes out of the first 3 plays, and just a great job of making Cade Barrett uncomfortable early.
You know, pre-snap, when you see that 4-3, especially when they're packing the linebackers and the safeties in there, right? They're running at 4. It's really a 4-2-5, but they're bringing pressure from all angles. You got to recognize that pre-snap.
All right, going to work right there. Nice coverage. And that looked like, I want to say the ball was returned there by I think that's number 19 on the return there. Or it might be Grant Fury on that particular play on the return. But nonetheless, the ball will be spotted at the Ottawa 44-yard line. That's where they'll set up shop. 1st and 10, and we'll get our first opportunity today to take a look at this offense overall.
Yeah, Ottawa in a 4 wide. Oh, good stop. Gain of 2.
So Luke Giron hands the ball off that time for a gain of 2 up there.
But Keelan Mosley met him in the hole, like, immediately. Gain of 2, though. 2nd down and 8.
So 2nd down and 8 right now. Going to work 4 receivers. Trips to the left side. Giron in shotgun formation.
Immediately you're seeing that by formation, what Ottawa wants to do is get as many players out of the box as possible.
Ball snapped. Going to throw it across the middle, and good coverage on the outside that time.
Oof. Yeah, that was actually really good coverage by Darian Henry. The thing that scared me was that he got there just a little early. Almost was a PI.
3rd down and about 7 yards to go now. So going to work. We now have 3 receivers now. Giron in shotgun formation. Also back there with them, of course, is Jashawn Foster. So Foster's back there as well. They're waiting on the call. They got 8 seconds to get it in. Haven't had a chance to make a decision on that. They're going to burn a timeout here.
That's a good sign.
So Riley Murphy decides to call a timeout early in this game, and this is an opportunity for the Lions to get them off the field. A slow start for Ottawa would be a good thing for the Lions in terms of being able to get your bearings going. Both teams had a bye week coming into this week, Gary, so it's interesting to me that something that you want to do or be able to do more than anything else is get a rhythm going.
Yeah.
And I think early on in this game, to me, it's more important for the Lions to get that rhythm.
Most definitely a win today. In the plus column, you're talking about moving or improving their overall record from 1-3 to 2-3. Dropping and going to 1-4 is going to really be, something that's going to be hurtful. That's going to be very hurtful. But also, too, here's the other thing, too, and this is a factor to think. Teams got 2 weeks to prep, right? That means that, there might be some wrinkles that we haven't seen from both teams, and that's something that these teams have to fill out as they match up today.
Giron in shotgun formation. Ball snap, 3 receivers
back out
to the
backfield. He's wide open.
Gonna throw
nobody's
it, and
there.
nobody's cuffing.
And then he misses it.
And then he put a little bit too much on it, but he was running wide open. Jashawn Foster came out on that wheel route, and he was wide open. Nobody paid attention to it. And Quentin Morgan is instantaneously talking to Kylan, talking right there.
Jacoby Johnson.
Because nobody picked him up coming out.
Pick him up.
And the Lions got lucky on that one.
That was a wheel route to the running back out of the backfield. That's something that you got to look at, because they will sneak those backs out into the flats and they will turn up. Oh,
Lions almost got there and got back to it. So the ball's going to be touched at the 11-yard line and then going to be brought down, luckily, at the 17-yard line. Again, looking at the sun, and as the ball was coming directly in your face for Jalen Hollins. And Hollins is a good returner.
Yes, he is.
But the point of the matter here is when you're looking at the sun and you lose it, you got to get out of the way. And live with that. Fortunately for him, that funny oblong-shaped ball bounced into his hands, and he was able to.
It bounced straight up and came right down into his hands. So that was
the only saving grace there. If not, Ottawa probably would have had it inside the 10-yard line. So Cade Barrett in the Lions' second possession. 3 receivers, twins left, inside slot, Roboleski coming in motion. And this time they're going to hand it off to True Booker, who takes
nice
run on the delay, taking the ball beyond the 20 out to the 24-yard line. That nice jet sweep action coming across to Roboleski. Want to see how active he's going to be on the offense. He was a strong target in the game earlier this season to Cade Barrett. 3 receivers, twins to the left, ball snap. And they're going to fake it. Barrett's under center, and they came right down there and bring him right back to the original line of scrimmage to the 17-yard line.
It's almost as if Ottawa said, okay, we gave up a long run there on second down. Now we're going to take it back. So they instantly blitzed both linebackers. They're playing man-to-man out there. That's a dead giveaway. When you see that man coverage like that, they're going to bring the house.
All right, going to work 3 receivers now. True Booker back there, 16 seconds on the play clock. Single back formation. Ball snap. Here comes the blitz again. Cade Barrett rolls to the near side. Flags on the play. And he's going to run out of bounds. And he's rightfully going to do so there. Should have taken a shot there. Should have taken a shot because what they could simply do is decline the penalty because you ran out of bounds. So
they call holding.
So, but again, he could decline it and make it 4th down, and he does. That's exactly. Okay. In other words, that's something that you have to take a shot. Yeah. If the flags are down there, you complete the pass, then they're going to take the yardage, you get the play back. But instead, the danger of that is, the big time danger is that if you do it and you just simply run out of bounds, well, then I'll just. I don't need the penalty.
Yeah. It's a gimme.
It's a gimme play. All right, going to go ahead and kick this ball. Octavio does nice wall there, but Octavio did not get a great kick off.
He did.
It did take a bounce, and unfortunately it hit a Lion player.
Yeah,
it hit number 38, Javion Dean, right there at 50-yard line. And unfortunately for him, the ball stops there. So really great field position for Ottawa here.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Dean get out of the way, right? Because that ball would have been bouncing a little bit more. Would have taken a lion bounce, but instead
We'll get our second look as Giron runs the offense for the Spirit right now. 3 receivers now on that. Twins to the right. Ball is snapped.
outside zone.
And then that time filling the gap and crashing into the hole. Great job there.
Yeah, Keelan Mosley. I think we're going to be calling his name a lot tonight.
Rocky was on the move and came through and made a big-time hit there.
Yeah.
2nd down and 9. The running back thought he saw daylight, and the only light he saw is the sun when he was ending up on the ground. So now going back to work, ball is snapped. Coming right up the middle, and this time nobody covered the hole.
Yeah.
And what a big run by time by Jalen McGee, the senior out of Lake Elsinore, California.
Yeah, that hole was big enough that you could drive a truck through it. I mean, he actually made the right cut at the right time, and I'm looking at Coach Miller on the sideline. He's not happy with that.
All right, going to work this time. The
go.
Lion defense seals that up. Did not let that go. Flying in there making a big-time hit was Trey Odom coming up from that rover spot. So 2nd down and 10. Again, the strength of this Ottawa team will be to run the ball to set up the play-action pass.
Yeah. The one thing you got to watch, though, is what kind of trickery would Ottawa pull out now. They're good for doing things like putting that back out in the flats or going vertical. There it is, the wheel right at the bottom.
All right, going to work this time, and Trey Odom, step for step this time, did not get fooled as he was covering Grant Fury on that one. 3rd down and 10. Nice job there by, of course, the Lion defense secondary smothering on that one.
Yeah, it just seems like when you look at the route concepts that Ottawa likes to run, they don't just line up and just run a basic. They always run combo routes.
4 receivers now. Trips to the right side. Giron looking over.
3rd down and 10.
Single back formation, 10 seconds on the play clock. So again, they reset single back. So now he's in the hip pocket to his left. Going to work. Giron drops back. He's looking. Pressure. Lions are trying to get there, and Giron escapes. But sometime a shoelace tackle.
I mean, a shoelace tackle by my man, number 26.
Kamari Davis. Just got there. 4th down.
Fort Worth.
And right now the offense stays on the field, so they're going to go for it right now.
4th down and a long 5.
4 receivers now. Trips to the right. Giron with
Langston
16 seconds on the play clock.
Going to play man free here.
0-0 is the score, and they're going for it on 4th down. Can the Lions stop them?
Yep.
And before that should have been a flag, and it is. False start. That's going to cost them 5 yards. So it's going to move the ball back right inside the 40-yard line.
Let's see what they choose to do. Well, doesn't look like the punt team's coming out.
No, they're staying with that same. Again, in years past, we've seen great place click kickers for Ottawa and don't know the range of Eric Klein on this team right now. But not needless to say, they're going to still go for it. 4th down and 11. Giron's going to fire it across the middle, and that pass is going to be caught. But then there is another flag on the play. I think it could be offensive pass interference against Matthew Hicks. Let's see here on the call.
Yeah, you think he might have been pushing off a little bit?
It could be. Well, we'll see. No, personal foul face mask against the Lions.
Wow.
So that's going to get added on inside, tacked on to the end of that play. So that's going to march the ball inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
You don't want that. Now
that was a big penalty there.
It was. It definitely was.
Not to mention it was amazing for Ottawa to go ahead and convert that 4th down and 11.
I know. That's kind of scary.
So going to work now. You're going to hand the ball off right up the middle, and this time Kylan Mosley ends up tracking him. But unfortunately, it wasn't until after he got a gain of 5.
Yeah, I think that time the Lion defense was misaligned. Big gap right there over the B and C gaps on the right-hand side. So looked like that 3 technique is playing just a little wide, by alignment.
Going to work again. Going to hand the ball off, trying to get to the edge. And a nice job this time. And he's still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at the 5. It's going to be close. They're going to bring him down at the 4. They're going to say it's going to be enough.
Nice outside zone play. Langston's
So
doing
3rd down and 1.
Langston's doing a decent job there of flowing with the play. I think one of the things that they have to do is get a little bit more push up front, right? Right now it looks like the Ottawa offensive line is kind of winning the line of scrimmage there.
All right, going to work. 3 receivers, twins, trips right. This time they're going to head in and gear on with the RPO action into the end zone for the touchdown.
No one took the quarterback.
And the Spirit get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, he just walks in virtually untouched. Everyone just sold out on the dive play, and he just pulled it. Watch the end to see the end crash down. End overplayed it, left the outside open.
And Giron literally walks into the end zone for what will be a 4-yard touchdown play right there. So Klein out for the extra point attempt. And the kick is good. So the Spirit score on their second possession. Big time play on that drive was converting the 4th down and 11 and then adding insult to injury, that penalty that really turned that 11 into a gain of 26.
Right.
So when you start looking at that, that's how they move the ball.
I thought, Mo, that there was going to be an offensive pass interference call on that 1st down conversion because you and I both were watching the route, and the receiver did push off and turned around and made a good catch, converted. So we thought instantly that's
what the call was.
That's a PI. That's an offensive PI. But
so they're saying
that it was a face mask, which I didn't see the face mask.
We didn't see it either. So which means before the receiver turned around,
something must have happened.
Something must have happened or got their hands up high. So needless to say, we're set to go ahead and kick this ball off, and the Lions need to pay attention here. One thing Coach Mike Reed talked about with his special forces, as he calls the special team unit here at Langston, is he talks to them constantly about being ready. As we see the ball blown off the tee here, so the score as it stands right now is 7-0 Ottawa.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that we used to believe, we were always taught is special teams is such a vital part of the game, and you can actually turn a game on a dime just with special teams alone. So it's something not to be taken lightly. As Ottawa kicks the ball off, goes into the end zone, it'll be 1st down Langston.
So 7-0 is the score right now. And so the most important thing about it is the Lions, we've got to see them go ahead and extend drives. Gary, you talked about it early on. We were talking about 1st downs and conversions. The Lions are 0-2. Now, the crazy thing about it is Ottawa is 1-3 on 3rd down, conversions, but they converted the 4th down.
Yeah, I know,
right? So to me, the Lions' most important thing about this drive, not only putting points on the board, is sustaining this drive.
Yeah.
4 receivers now. Ball snapped. They're going to pitch it to the outside.
Nothing there.
Barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage there.
I mean, it's like the blitz call was just dialed up specifically for the play. I mean, some of this, I think, Mo, is there is a need to look at what they're doing defensively and then audible out of it.
Now, Lions are now trying to spread them out on this spread formation. Cade's going to throw it, and the pass is going to be complete and caught by Janelle Langley on the play. Janelle Langley making his first reception of the afternoon, taking the ball out to the 41-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. 1st down, Langston. 4 receivers, trips to the left. Going to work again. Cade Barrett's going to hand it to True Booker.
Nothing there.
And Cade ends up losing 4 yards. Again, that straight blitz.
Yeah.
We need to pay attention, and I think, we're going to have to see if Joe Quinlan makes the adjustment. Look at how many players are in the box.
You're right.
They are just
showing you pre-snap what they're about to do.
So it's a 2nd down and what will be 14 yards to go. So as it stands right now, we go back to work with 4 receivers. Well, 3 receivers and a tight end. So we're talking about shotgun formation. Baird has to look, steps up in the pocket, loses the ball, and it's a loose scramble on the ball, but Ottawa says they have it.
Yeah.
Do the Ottawa Spirit have it? The Lions are fighting at the bottom of the pile. Cade Barrett was trying to work himself up in the pocket. with no official signal yet. The Lions are still fighting, trying to get it.
Yeah. Ottawa says they have it.
And so it has officially been marked Ottawa football. The officials weren't too quick to, like they were letting the scrum happen.
Yeah.
On that play, Cade Barrett was trying to climb the pocket, but had the ball up high, and the ball was knocked out of his hand. It's one of those things I wish that clock had gone off a little sooner so he could have thrown the ball forward, so we could have probably gotten an empty hand there, as opposed to that situation. But regardless of it, Ottawa creating the turnovers by attacking the line of the Lions.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're bringing, double blitzes. They're blitzing off the edge with the safety. Again, if you take the time and do a little bit of a pre-snap look, you can figure that stuff out.
So going to work right now, run up the middle, nothing doing. Kylan Mosley turns the runner back. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 yards, but there seems to be a stoppage of action. Okay, it looks like Amon Gill has to come out right here to adjust equipment issue.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2. Back to work go the Spirit. 3 receivers, twins to the left, Giron in shotgun formation. Ball to snap. And going to hand the ball off. And the ball's deflected. Nice job. Nice job up the middle there. Nice getting in the face of the quarterback. Omari John did a great job on that one of just getting his hands up and disrupting that play.
What do they tell you on pass rush and blitz? If you can't get there, get your hands up.
3rd down and 8. Still an opportunity. The Lion defense has been good.
Yep.
In certain situations.
They just need to get off the field right here.
And this time, coming across the line, Amon Gill comes in, and that penalty is going to go right there against the Lions. Now, they're discussing it, so was there some movement?
Well,
to me, it was pretty clear from our
Let's see
end.
what the Whitehead says. Offsides, Langston. There it is.
Offside, so that's going to move the ball inside the 30, down to the 26.
Still not a first down, though. Be 3rd down and now about 2 or 3. Actually, 2.
So
which is painful. I mean, you had them at 3rd and 8.
Now, here's the fact. Ottawa has already shown that they're not going to try and kick it. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, they are. I'd go for it, too. I mean, this is 4-down territory.
So 3rd down and 2 yards to go. 3 receivers, twins left.
Yep, back out.
And they're going to hand the ball. And this time, RPO, Giron pulls it and takes it down to the 15-yard line or near the 15-yard line. Going to be tackled or marked down at the 17. Again, that RPO action, the defensive end crashes, gets there. Giron sees it, goes right around him. Go where you're not.
Yeah, he's pulling it. And, Coach Morgan said in the pregame, we got to make this guy beat us with his arm. But right now, he's starting to get in the mode of carrying the football as a quarterback.
So Giron doing a great job right now. 3 receivers here, twins to the right. Ball snap. Giron's going to put it right back in the belly, and this time the defense did a good job.
Yep.
This is Trey Odom, amongst others, along with Romeo Ortiz makes the stop. 2nd down and about 9. When you are playing a team that is committed to the RPO, the key thing is to stay home.
Yeah.
They want you to think and see while you're thinking they're running past you. So you got to step up and then remember your responsibility.
Yep.
Period. That's what you have to do.
Got to play assignment.
Giron drops back, tries to throw it across, and that pass is knocked down.
No,
and they're going to
rule
rule
it
live.
down. His arm did come forward. That'd be a forward pass, incomplete.
Oh, Davion Hill wanted to pick that up and just take that on.
Well,
he did.
Sometimes you don't know, is he actually throwing it, or is he, kind of swimming the ball and loses it? I mean, it could be a live ball. You play through. That's what you're supposed to do.
Giron is box office when you start talking about his skill set. He's a magician with the ball. In other words, you never feel like the game's going too fast for him. You feel like he's got complete control of this offense and what he's doing. So now here we go. Giron drops back.
The back.
Throws it, and that pass is going to be caught. But a nice hit. Didn't let him get too far. Nice catch on the play by Jashawn Foster. Yeah. And it's 4th down, and this time they're going to elect to kick the ball.
It was a good tackle by Jeremiah Major.
So out comes once again Eric Klein. Going to kick it from the 25. It'll be a 30-yard attempt.
Right,
and the field goal is good. And so now it is 10-0. We're still in the first quarter here.
Yeah.
So about 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. Themselves down 10-0 with about 4 minutes to go before the end of the first quarter. Ottawa has been able to capitalize on good field position and timely executing. The Lions have one turnover so far today, and if they want to remain in this game, they've got to find a way to sustain a drive and change the field position.
Yeah. And then also, too, minimize penalties at the wrong time, right? You're in a great position to get off the field defensively, and then now we've seen on 2 drives in a row, a penalty's bailed them out.
Ottawa hasn't made any mistakes, but if you're not in a position to take advantage of the mistakes, bad things will happen in terms of how Ottawa will continue to execute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the story of how they will get you. This is they're always from an advantage point. No one has been able to put pressure on them as of yet. It'll be interesting if the Lions can get 7 here, how this can go.
Right now, look, this is man-to-man with Max Blitz,
All
new
right.
quarterback in the game.
So they're going to throw the ball to Roboleski. Roboleski dances at the 40. He's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Look how many Ottawa players are around Robo. See how well they run. All 11 players are chasing the football.
All right, so Steele Watson is back in the game now. So, sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. Kind of expected that this might happen early on in this one. We have 4 receivers again, trips to the outside. So Steele.
Different defense now. Now they're going to man free or cover 3.
Janelle Langley coming across that, and they're trying to throw the ball to the outside, and he gets it back in the hands of Roboleski. Roboleski dances and then is knocked out of bounds right there after a gain of 9 yards on the play. And instantaneously, Steele Wassel in the game has come in making a play, getting things going automatically right now. So 2nd down and 1, and now you can utilize that offensive game. So substitution came in late. They stopped Langston, but 22 seconds still on the play clock, so plenty of time. Blitz is coming. They're going to hand the ball off to Hamilton.
Yeah,
and Hamilton's going to take the ball across out to the 46-yard line, and it will be enough for a first down. Looks like a Langston player lost his shoe.
Yeah, that was great second effort, too, on the carry there by Hamilton.
They're going to say he was stopped short of the line of gain. So it's going to be.
Nope, they call him first down now.
So they did. So, sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston at the Ottawa Spirit 45-yard line for the first time today. 3 receivers now.
Keeper.
And Steele runs right downhill, down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5. What a great job. What a great change of pace that automatically came in by Steele Wassel. So going to work. 3 receivers, twins to the left, single back formation. Blitz coming up the middle. Wassel throws it to the outside, and the pass is nearly caught. And it ended up being a scrum for the ball on the outside there. Gerald Martin went from receiver to cover, corner, and then he almost got the return back on that one there.
Yeah. What I'm liking now with the change at quarterback with Wassel in the game, he's actually able to see where to go with the football a lot earlier. Now he's getting the ball out a lot quicker, and as a result of it, we're seeing better offensive productivity by the Lions.
you can take advantage of Ottawa in that situation because they commit so early to things. Wassel throws it, and Hamilton drops it.
Yeah.
Wassel kind of dumps it right over the middle, and it would have been enough for a first down.
Yep.
So it's 4th down. I think if you're Quentin Morgan, the momentum is right now on your side. You going or you? Are you
4th and 5? Yeah, you need a break right now. You need to go ahead and go for it. Either that, or you punt them out of bounds, or down within the 5-yard line.
So they're going to go for it. 4 receivers, trips to the right side
just need
right
5
now.
yards.
So ball right there, single back formation, 19 seconds on the
Here
play
comes
clock.
the blitz.
And before they
that's
do,
offsides. Nope, that's offsides.
So they should call. Let's see here what the call is here, because it looks like it should be offsides. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page on that.
In my opinion, I think the offensive person for Langston did
move
to defend, though. Are they going to call it on Langston, or are they going to call it on Ottawa? They're going to call it on Langston. Wow.
I really disagree with that.
I disagree with that
because
as well.
I thought that from the angle. Now, again, remember the other – we're talking about the side judge on the Ottawa side.
Right.
There was movement by both ends.
Well, and also, too, you got to look at jumping into the neutral zone versus encroachment. Ottawa, Arizona, I think they encroached as opposed to actually just getting into the neutral zone and getting back. They were way across the line of scrimmage.
All right, 4 seconds. They got to go ahead and kick this ball away.
Octavio's going to.
So they get it off just in time. Kick is away.
Should be a good.
It takes a bounce, and the Lions are going to get it.
Let it roll, let it roll. That's what I'm talking about.
So it's going to be down inside the 10-yard line at the 7. What a kick by Octavio.
Yep.
Nice fire drill by Mike Reed's Special Forces as they ran on the field with about 10 seconds, got in place. Octavio with a nice kick into the wind, mind you, and got that nice LU bounce and takes it inside the 10. There was some great things that took place on that last drive. We saw some plays being extended by Wassel again.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself, did Cade Barrett, is he all right? Because he took a definite shot on that fumble play, and he is just recovering, being cleared from a concussion a couple of weeks ago. Have to wonder if he still has some effects of that after that hit. Going to work right now, the Lions with a great job in the backfield. Dropped him for a loss of 1.
Good tackle by Davion Hill.
So it looks like that is the end of the first quarter, with the Ottawa Spirit leading by the score of 10-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Line Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. Stadium and Langston Lion football on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. I'm already Sunday morning. I mean, that's just what I am. So going to work right now.
Is it me or is it cheer day today?
There might be some cheerleaders in the house
just
today.
Just a few. All right.
So now going to work now. 2nd down and 10. They're going to hand the ball off at this time. The Lions defense with a beautiful run blitz led by Amon Gill and amongst others, all crashing down for a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, that was a good example of everyone defensively being in their gap. Defensive lineman came off, got a great push.
So 3rd down and 14. Ball spotted at the 4-yard line.
Wow, lost 3 on that.
So
play.
this time, the one player you've got to watch is
Quarterback.
the playmaker himself,
Yep.
Luke Giron.
Yep.
You've got to watch him.
Make
3
sure
receivers.
that he doesn't pull that ball and take off. That's what he wants to do.
He drops back, standing in the end zone,
Pressure,
looking in the flat.
pressure in his
and he's
face.
got to get rid of it, and he
Up,
fires it over the middle of the field and has a receiver wide open. He's still on his feet at the
Missed
25.
tackle.
He's at the 30. Still going to take the ball out to the 37-yard line. What a conversion by Luke Giron. Rolling out of the pocket to the near side of the field, throwing back against the body into the middle of the field to a wide open. Number 18, that is Grant Fury.
And you know what's bad, Mo, is that he ran to the corner of the end zone, avoiding the tackle, and threw the ball across midfield.
And looks like Lions are going to call a timeout, and rightfully so.
I'd call one, too.
Anytime, and we've seen it twice here,
Yeah.
Ottawa converted a 4th down and 11.
Yeah.
Now a 3rd down and 14 in their own 4-yard line. Those are communication things that the defense has got to work out because it's in your favor.
Yep.
You can let him catch it short as long as you tackle.
Well,
but you're not
there
supposed.
was no one even around the receiver.
You can't have Swiss cheese wide open in the back of your defense.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese is only good on a sandwich.
And in addition to that,
sometimes
he got outside of the defensive end, and he was able to actually stop set up.
I'm more of a provolone. I'm more of a provolone and a cheddar type guy. But regardless of how this goes, that's what you cannot do.
Nah, that's a complete breakdown.
Cannot make that. You can't let that happen. So now going to work right now. 3 receivers, twins to the left. 16 seconds on the play clock. So let's see if the Lions can get that. And going to work right now. Ball is snapped high. Counter. Going to go back to the running back and a nice open field tackle there as Jordan Johnson getting it. So looking at the first quarter numbers overall, both teams right now in the game are both averaging about 3 yards per play.
Yeah.
And it shows Ottawa hasn't just blown you off the field yet, but what they have done is win the 3rd down battle right now. That's where they are. They are 50%.
We don't have coverage at the top.
Going to work. Giron. Pressure. Throws over the middle. And the pass is nearly intercepted there. Great tip by Jacoby Johnson on the play.
Jacoby Johnson was man-to-man against the running back out the backfield. Ball was thrown, and he was there. Got his big hand on it. Popped it straight up. I just thought he was going to have an opportunity to come down with it.
All right, going to work right now. 4 receivers. Trips to the left. Giron in shotgun formation with 16 on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Giron drops back, looks left, looks right, pressure. Decides to dump it down, and nobody's got the back out of the backfield, and he's still running. And that, of course, is Marquise Reese, the wide receiver out of Indianapolis, Indiana.
He went from Indiana to Arizona. I guess he wanted some warm weather.
Hey, and he got a first down to go with it.
Yeah.
In LU territory, down at the 44.
He was the slot to the other side, and he ran a drag play.
Going to work, Giron, pressure up the middle, decides to take off.
Nobody there.
And then he wisely slides down inside the 40 to 38-yard line. Giron using every bit. And again, Giron doesn't always just run the ball. It's when he chooses to run the ball.
Yeah, he's real smart with it, right? I mean, he picks his shots, when he doesn't have anything. I mean, right now, the Langston defensive front's doing a good job of giving some pressure to him, but guys got to stay in their rush lanes.
All right, going back to work. Dancing up the middle of the field. Short gain on the play that time for Johnson. Johnson takes it down for a gain of a couple. So it now sits at about 3rd down and about 2. So, I mean, the most important thing the Lions can do here, because expect Ottawa to keep their foot on their throats, continue to put pressure on you. So as it stands right now, 3rd down and 2, they got to get down inside the 35-yard line. And they're going to give it right up the middle, and this time the Lion defense brings them down right there at the marker, but it looks like it's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah. Looks like the defensive line
on
this drive starting
first down
to wear
Ottawa
down a
at the 34.
Yeah. I tell you, a couple of guys need a break. that same defensive front has been in there most of this drive. Curious as to why there's not much of a rotation there.
So now coming set with 15 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers, Twins left. All right, ball handed off to the running back, cutting back in the lane. Goes McGee, and McGee hammers his way down for almost a gain of 5 inside the 30 down to the 29.
Yeah, just simple. I mean, we're seeing not a whole lot of complexity offensively. We're seeing zone, an occasional counter, and then, of course, the RPO action, right, where the quarterback's reading it and depending on, whether or not it's there. In fact, every time they run RPO, they've not thrown the ball once out of it. They've always kept it. That's play action.
And play action right down the seam.
Right
and
down
nobody
the seam. Nobody
covered.
there. And you know what? That was probably one of the ugliest passes I've ever seen. I mean, that pass was not – the tip of the ball was down. The quarterback just kind of slung it out there to a wide-open wide receiver for a touchdown. Jeez Louise, that hurts.
That was a beautiful pass play.
Yep,
again, beautiful execution right down the seam route there. The tight end running right down the hash. Got behind the secondary. There was nobody behind him. So now for the extra point attempt. And right through the upright. So as it stands right now, it is 17-0.
Mo, I'm sitting here thinking that was an 80-yard drive. So it answered the question. Can they drive the length of the field?
Yeah.
The question, and were there any penalties on that drive? We didn't see any. Right?
Not that stopped them.
So they've answered the question. They can drive. The distance of the field.
The distance of the field, they did a good job on it and a great execution. Guerin, you can say he threw it into the wind and batted it down, whatever the case may be. But he was running wide open, Gary. and when you look at how that goes, as that touchdown was to Devarius Garland.
Yeah, he was open. You could have thrown a duck to him, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
He was wide open.
Yeah, he's wide open.
Now going to work. Ball rolling around on the ground, picked up at the 25-yard line. Big time hit at the 35, and he's going to get driven back, but the forward progress is going to rule him down at the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 from that spot for the Lions. We saw some great things again. Football is one of those really crazy sports. And the reason why I say that is sometimes it's not a scoring play that changes the game.
Right.
In the game I was watching, I was calling last night, although it was high school, the lead was 22-6, and then you turn around and 22-0, you score, and you get the ball back in the second half with 90 seconds left. If you can get a stop and a score, good things happen. But instead you gave up another touchdown, and now it's 29-6 and how it goes. Yeah. The reason why I bring that up, how does that translate to this game here? Well, Steele Wassel comes in the game.
Yep.
The team articulates the ball, but the false start penalty takes a 4th down and 5, makes it a 4th down and 10.
Yeah.
We have to punt the ball if Langston does because it's the right decision to make, but it killed what your momentum was at that time. Now trying to run the ball up the middle this time, nothing doing there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10. So, and then you're looking at this play, so the momentum that Steele got, the juice from the offense of him coming in the game, that all kind of, goes away.
Yeah.
Because the defense now is like, oh, okay, I'm back on my feet. I know what's going on. So now you got to convert a big time here. 3rd down and 9, 4 receivers now, and here they come.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, they're showing you right away that they're going to bring an edge rusher. So they're basically in this 3-4 sort of look. Somebody's coming. We'll see. Yep, they're bringing both of them.
So Wassel has to step up in the pocket. Looks.
He's staying alive.
He's trying to find somebody. And
that's a pass interference. Okay.
And what a play. And Wassel took a shot back here in the backfield.
Yeah, he
but
did.
Wassel delivered the pass down the field. But that's what you have to do. Yep. He made the right call and the right decision at the right time. He found the edge. He found it and worked it and did a great job there.
He stayed alive. I mean, that's what quarterbacks are supposed to do. By time, stepped up in the pocket, rolled right. Under pressure, but he kept his eyes downfield. And he was able to locate a wide receiver and the receiver did a good job of coming back. And, you know, the Ottawa, Arizona player, you know, pass interference. You know, he committed the PI. And so, but it's first down for Langston. So will you please
move those chains? Moves the ball into the Ottawa territory at the 49-yard line. See if the Lions can do something with it. They're down 17 points and need points in a hurry. Going to work this time.
Quarterback keeper.
RPO, steal, Wassel takes a shot at the 40 and then blasts his way down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 14 yards. Move those chains. First down, Langston. RPO action going from Steele Wassel, coming in trying to energize this Lion team. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Wassel calls for it.
Pass.
He's going to throw it to the outside, and the catch is made. Makes a man miss and then slips and falls down, but not after a gain of 7 yards on the play. Nice throw and catch to number 86 that time. That is Timothy Johnson making his first reception.
Langston has a little momentum here. What they have to make sure is that get set, no penalties.
4 receivers, trips to the right. Wassel looking,
Pressure.
pumps fake,
Oh,
and the ball's knocked out of his hand,
out.
and it's still rolling around on the ground, and this time
Here's
it
the
looks...
question. The question is was it a incomplete pass or was it a fumble?
So the way the officials are looking, they're saying it's a straight-up fumble.
Oh, wow.
So it looks like it's going to be Ottawa ball, and it looks like there is a little conversation going over there as Wassel.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the...
A little bit of the scrum right now. So again, trying to make sure everybody's on the same page. The officials are talking, but still trying to understand about whether that was
a pass. Yeah, was it a fumble or was it an incomplete
now
pass?
Langston's defense is on the field, but it doesn't not understand if that's going to be a discussion or not. Quentin Morgan is trying to get an answer to the question and wants an answer. The officials are discussing it. Now they're talking with, of course, the Ottawa head coach on the sideline here, and Quentin Morgan's waiting, hey, where's my conversation? He would like to have his.
And I can tell you that sometimes when players, I think what happened was 2 players got into it kind of, and then the huddle formed in the same location.
And it looked worse.
And it makes it look worse. I don't think that there was 1 or 2 players over there looking to take on a team. I think it was just, you know, a situation where the group formed in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Now going back to
Play
work.
action.
And Wassell's going to throw it to a wide open receiver. And in this particular case, that time, unfortunately for Langston, Henry Ford slipped.
Yeah.
He slipped, got up off the ground, but by that time it was a straight shot by Guerin and a laser on a rope out to the Langston 49-yard line. First down Spirit. 3 receivers again. Twins right. Guerin handing it right up the middle.
Oh.
And a nice tackle by Ortiz, I do believe, on that one. Ortiz coming down and knocking him down.
Yeah,
that was
Ortiz
McGee with the carry.
From San Antonio.
So a gain of 1, second down and 9. 29 seconds to go on the play clock. Plenty of time.
Yeah, Ortiz playing that right defensive end spot for the Lions.
17-0 is the score. 3 receivers right now. Ball is snapped, and they're going to give it to McGee again. No, Guerin
keeps it.
And Guerin, again, going to get down inside Langston territory right around the 43-yard line, setting up 3rd down and very makeable, too. So a pickup of 7 on the play. So 3rd down and 2 now, Gary.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the efficiency of the drive right here is something that I'm really impressed with for Ottawa, because it's not just all one thing. It's not all pass, it's run, and then they mix some play action in there as well.
Going back to work, heading the
Inside
ball,
counterplay, but
and
that's
McGee
a tackle
get
for
cut
loss.
down. And again, it's going to be 4th down and short, so we're going to see here what Ottawa decides to do. Guerin is pointing, saying, let's go.
Yeah, I'm betting you that they go for it.
Yeah, they're not changing any personnel right now. So 4th down. 4th down.
Trips right.
Trips to the right side. Guerin in shotgun formation. He drops back in the pocket. Looking, and throws it across the middle.
Incomplete.
And that pass,
Flag goes in.
flag's going to be called against Amari John on that one. I don't really think that, and of course Quentin Morgan is looking at the call here, but I could not tell, but he had his hand on the receiver, and that's never a good look.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have.
Holding, yeah.
We call, well, like I said, one of the things that you have to do as a defensive back is all the hand fighting, we call that work. You get your work in early. That's where when you're jamming a guy up and you're redirecting them and all of that, you do all that before the ball hits the air. And if you're effective, you don't have to do as much on the back end when the ball actually arrives at the point of reception.
Going back to work here, 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Giron drops back in the pocket, looks over the defense, steps up,
play.
has a receiver open to the outside, and makes the
interception
on the play. Going up and making it. Are they going to give it a touchback? Yes, they are. As going up and make this guy, is that their linebacker? Is that Johnson on the play?
Yeah, Big Johnson, man, number 5. Jacoby Johnson actually on the wheel route did an excellent job of carrying the running back upfield, up the sideline, and then as the ball was thrown, dropped right in the breadbasket of Johnson. He did an excellent job covering as a linebacker.
Now, let's just see here.
Was it a flag down?
No, it's not about the flag. It's about whether
the spot?
It's about the spot of the ball. So they're having it right now at the 4-yard line. But to me, he caught the ball on his feet into the end zone. That's where the play was. But they're going to spot the ball inside the 5 at the 2. Wow. So it will be 1st and 10 Langston at the 2-yard line. So now you got to be careful. All the run blitzes that Ottawa has brought, expect it now. And here's my number one thing. Can we not hand it to the running back in shotgun formation?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
No, Gary, no.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen here.
Okay, we'll see. I bet you a quarter.
No.
I don't even think I have a quarter on me.
Okay, exactly.
But they're going to run the. They're going to run the ball.
You better open up your Venmo or your Cash App.
Yeah,
going to work 4 receivers.
They're not throwing it. They're going to hand it.
So right now, 12 seconds on the play clock. Wassel has it in the pocket. Going to throw it out of the end zone and trying to get back.
Oh, that's pass interference all day. Yeah. The official from way across the field is throwing a flag over there as well.
Faber is going to get caught with his hands on the receiver to the outside. And a great throw by Steele Wassel out of that end zone, which will give the Lions some space to work with. The ball be right around the 15 or 20-yard line, but 1st and 10 from that spot.
I tell you what, I mean, and the defensive back was actually in pretty good position. Didn't necessarily have to have his hands all over the receiver. And then, of course, the wide receiver, I always wonder, why do wide receivers, when they run fade or go routes, why do they run themselves to the sideline? They should be holding the box. The box is the numbers to the sideline. And that way they can fade themselves away from the defensive back, giving them room to work.
4 receivers, trips to the left, single back formation. 18 seconds on the play clock now. And the Spirit is showing blitz. Ball is snapped. Wassel steps up in the pocket, steps through traffic.
He takes off.
And he's dancing, and he's going to get out to the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 or 8 yards there. Wassel, by doing that, is going to make them start to pay attention to him, which should give him, at one point in time, if he can stay, if the Lions can stay in the mix, Gary, a chance to take a deep shot here.
All they need is a score. If they can get themselves on the board, make it 17-7, that'll change the whole complexity of the game. Pressure.
Wassel feeling pressure again, dancing. And finally he's going to get clipped. And what a good job.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have taken the sack.
What a great job on pursuit by the defensive lineman from the Spirit who just kept clawing and kept clawing.
That was an opportunity for him to throw the ball away.
I think that was Caleb King.
Yep, loss of about 4 yards.
So nice job by him. He just kept motoring. 3rd down and what will be about 7 yards for Wassel now. So 4 receivers again, trips to the left.
3-man front. They're going to bring a 4th. Which one is it? They're going to bring the safety from the outside.
So Wassell's going to
Fade
throw the
route.
ball deep.
He
Has
got
a
an open receiver, but he throws it out of bounds. Wow.
Wassell tries to hit it, and you'd have to know that happens to be something with the air, the wind carrying that ball, getting underneath it. But Timothy Johnson was not able to bring it in, so fourth down, the Lions are going to have to punt the ball.
And Timothy Johnson was wide open. I mean, that would have been a situation where instead of throwing the ball towards the sideline, you could have left it slightly to the inside, but long, given the fact that the wide receiver had such a big jump on the defensive back, that might have been a missed opportunity.
So going to work right now.
Oh, that's
and
a big
with the
difference.
wind.
With the wind, yeah.
And it's going to fall at the 34-yard line.
Oh,
Makes
nice
one
stiff
man
arm.
miss. At the 45, he's at the 50. At the 45, 40.
He has
35,
blockers.
30. 25,
Oh,
20. He's still on a convoy.
He's still up.
Down on his feet into the end
and
zone.
he scores.
And he's going to return touchdown
Oh, my God.
of 66 yards.
Wow, they ran the punt return, the wall perfectly.
But there is a flag back at the 15-yard line.
Okay, maybe there was a holding or something like that. Spot foul, bring it back. But I'm telling you, from jump,
That stiff arm.
that stiff arm by, I guess it's Tavarius. No, that's not him. What was the number of that player who I thought it was number 10. Who was it that was returning that?
So,
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better return. I mean, he actually made players miss, and then he was able to get to the wall, and that return wall was there.
the penalty has to take place within that. Was not able to hear the call, but what I can tell you is it's at the Langston 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's probably a clipping.
But that was a heck of a return.
Yeah, it was.
3 receivers, twins to the right. All right. Ball is snapped. Going to throw it into the
Fade
end
route.
zone. And contact, and nearly intercepted that time. Trey Odom was in the area. Great coverage that time by Tristan Smith, the Cedar Hill, Texas product. Stride for stride on the outside. And he was really lucky that he got his hands up for contact, because after he contacted, he can run through the receiver. But if he had not made contact, they could have caught him again with that face guard, and trying for the receiver trying to reach back into them, could have drawn a pass interference penalty there.
Yeah, that was actually a good play, I'm telling you. And
4 receivers, trips to the right.
And he actually, the receiver had a step on him, but he was wheel route out the back of the field.
And this time, Guerin has that pass altered by the pressure by Javion Dean coming into the backfield and getting back there and applying pressure to him. So 3rd down and 10. He got his hands up running at Guerin. Guerin tried to sidestep him and still get that pass off, but Dean said, not right now.
What impresses me is the number of times Ottawa, Arizona runs that wheel route with the running back out the backfield. They love to run that change your running back personnel, put another person in there, and just have them run that route right up the field. I mean, and sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, but they're trying to take advantage of Langston's defensive personnel by stretching the field, and then they'll turn around and come back and run a
There's a
possession
stoppage
route.
in action. Is there a penalty on the field?
No, I didn't see one. The ball was knocked down. Oh, there is a flag. I'm sorry.
Has to be on sports.
Yep, personal foul against Ottawa.
Oh, so was that intentional? No, it couldn't have been intentional grounding.
No, it wasn't intentional. He just called it a personal foul.
Okay, can't be, because that moves the ball back only to the 30-yard line.
It wasn't a personal foul?
Listen,
I don't think it was intentional
the hand
grounding.
signal what it was.
He did this.
He did this. To me, that's almost like roughing the passer. But it's a personal foul signature as well. But then he did something behind his back, and it's only back 5 yards. I mean, it's like almost like an illegal man downfield or something like that.
Maybe.
So needless to say, it's third down, and then a timeout is going to be called here by Ottawa. So we'll take a quick timeout here as well. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. To get you or your loved one out of a difficult situation. 4 receivers now. Single back. Jordan Johnson in the backfield next to Huron. Huron drops back. Pressure up the middle. And they had a jersey and then throw it to the outside.
Wow.
And the receiver is going to catch the ball and lunge forward, and it's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, I think he got it.
They converted it.
Yeah.
What
Wow.
another play. What a magician is Luke Guerin.
I mean, Guerin was in the grasp of the Langston defender and figured out a way to just step up enough to where he can make the throw. And then, of course, the wide receiver is sitting out there by himself.
So 1st and 10 now.
Outside
Ball going to
zone.
work. Johnson has it. Johnson tries to cut in. And the
Completely
Langston
got the
defense
edge.
said no
Yeah,
and
after
brings him down.
He got 5 yards, though.
So inside the 15 now. I want to say the ball is at the 12. So a gain of 4, 2nd down and about 6. Maybe a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Did a good job on that outside zone, collapsing that right side of the Langston defense. That's how that zone play was there. Yep.
So back to work now.
Oh, Guerin keeps it.
And he dives down inside the 10, down to the 8 or 9.
I mean, I'm looking at how big is he? I mean, he's
6'1".
He's 6'1". No, we don't have the weight on him, so he's probably about 200 pounds because he's just seemed to be running through tackles with ease. Really impressed with what he's able to do with his feet.
3 receivers now. Twins to the right. Coming across the formation, ball the snap, rolling, throwing it, and into the end zone and hitting the front pylon.
Wow.
Another touchdown, mark it up for Grant Fury.
Yeah.
Who takes it in for another touchdown and extends the lead right now to will be 23-0 right now.
Yeah, that was just a throw and catch with what seems like very little effort.
So now, waiting here for the Klein extra point attempt. And Klein puts it through the upright. So the lead now increases to 24-0. Going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Guiding Right, and the Black Chronicle newspaper. are back at W.E. Anderson Stadium. Lions are in a hole 24-0.
Yeah.
We know it's got to be about less than 2 minutes to go. And the ball bounces up and is going to be covered right there at about the 30-yard line. And trying to make something happen there, Jalen Hollins.
Yeah.
And he's going to be brought down right about the 32, 1st and 10 Langston from that spot. And, you know, one way or the other, we've had turnovers, we've had fumbles. You know what I'm saying, Gary? In so many ways, it's hurt ourselves. And it's given life. It's given life to Ottawa overall. Penalties, both teams have 4 penalties apiece. It's just when it has happened to the Lions has been more destructive. And, in fact, the yardage is about the same. Both teams 4 for 40 for Ottawa, 4 46 for Langston at this point. Ball is snapped. And this time, Jamari Hamilton tries to get to the outside edge, and you're not going to be able to do that right now. 2nd down and 1. So it looks like the Lions are going to take a timeout here. So a timeout here by the Lions. But overall, Gary, when we start looking at the numbers, you know, it wasn't until that long drive that really changed the complexity of this game from Ottawa when they had their starting field position. And you're talking about a drive that started, you know, I'm trying to make sure I get my information correct here. But when we start talking about that drive for them that started inside or right there at the 25-yard line, and they drove down the field.
That's a backbreaker.
I mean, those are the ones.
That hurts. When someone can go the length of the field on you like that, it's like, golly. Okay, we got to figure something out. We can't stay base, right? We got to do something different defensively to try to force turnovers. And of course we did. We got the interception down there on one of those drives.
Right. So back to work here go the Lions. 2nd down and 11.
We can't take sacks here. I mean, I know that there's pressure coming. They're bringing 5. Oh, nope,
they're dropping back
6.
in coverage. So, and then trying to throw it to the outside and trying to make the reception passes out of incomplete. Again, in that particular case, Steele, Wassel, he rolled into the pressure.
Yeah.
So the blitzer was coming up, and the tackle was trying to lead him to the outside, and Wassel purposely tried to boot out or roll out to the near side, and it really cut off his angle to complete that pass there.
Yeah, you've thrown against
so 3rd down and 11. And here comes the Spirit again. They're lining up with another cornerback blitz. Four receivers, trips left. Wassel asking for it. He has it. Drops back. Going to fling it to the outside. Catch is going to be made. He's got to get out to the 45-yard line, maybe the 47, to get a first down, and it is.
2-minute offense.
Roboleski. And now the Lions are trying to roll here. Clock continues to move. 4 receivers now. Ball placed. Lions got to get going. Steele has it. Drops back. Going to throw it up. Has a receiver open. It's Janelle Langley who makes the catch inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. Hurried to the line of scrimmage again.
Yep. And then guess what? Ottawa burns a timeout saying, hey, hold up. We need to get ourselves set.
So 2 back-to-back shots there by Steele, Wassel, doing a great job leading that Lion offense, and they're starting to play with tempo. But that's what the Lions have got to do.
Yeah.
They've got to play with tempo. I understand the need, and that's the problem with spread offenses to me. Sometimes sometimes it works with smoke and mirrors, but generally speaking, when it's at its highest form, is the tempo aspect of it is what's most effective.
Sure. I mean, you do a lot. I mean, number one, you can change formations in transition.
Yeah, but
number 2, the defense is hustling to get back.
Right, but when you are not, and it's not rolling, it can be something hard to watch. It's a hard brand of football to watch sometimes because by the time you think it's going to get started, it's over and your defense is back on the field. So, I mean, for it to be effective, You've got to execute it. It's a thing of beauty. It's the constant 2-minute offense.
Yeah.
Here we go again, right to work. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Wassel in shotgun formation.
One here at the bottom.
Jamari Hamilton comes in motion. Here comes
There
the
it
blitz,
is.
picked up at the line. Going to throw the ball deep to the
leaves
outside.
it short.
And it's going to be a pass interference. And he's running through the defender. Again, you've got to turn around. Another great job of running this route goes Timothy Johnson.
Well, I'm watching, and the receiver. I mean, the defensive back, number 9, Braden Robinson. He's really aggressive in terms of how he plays. He does a good job of jamming the defensive back early at the line of scrimmage, and he does a good job of redirecting. The issue with him is that he gets a little handsy when it's time to compete for the football.
Move those chains.
Yeah.
First down, Langston. All right, for the first time today, we've got trips, 2 stacked on the right side, Twins. Going to throw it to the outside. That pass was deflected as Gerald Martin was the intended target on that one.
Yeah, he got hit right. I mean, well, the quarterback he got hit, as he was delivering the football, kind of his arm trying to come forward there.
So 2nd down and 10 is where we sit right now.
Yeah, and then Steele Wassel, 6'3", 220-pounder from Choctaw, Oklahoma.
So now going to work right now. 4 receivers, trips to the outside, and they're dropping back in coverage. Wassel sees it.
Yep, so does the offensive coordinator. Let's see if the defense changes their call, because it looks like now they're starting to do a check with me, motion the quads,
and
quarterback keeper.
Nice call right there for Steele. He's going to take the ball inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
Yep.
Got to get to the line. And again, slow coming out of the pile. That's what all the teams always do. And Wassel is asking for it. What is it? What is it? What is it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Again, we don't have the exact time, but we know it's got to be close. 4 receivers, trips to the right. Wassel looking,
He's
pressure
under
up the
pressure
middle, and has to throw it away.
He just gets rid of it.
And that was a smart move.
Smart move.
Because it was a difficult snap. He didn't see it and decided not to take time. Now, he's limping a little bit right there to the right leg. He's trying to get that knee worked out. True Booker checks back in the game now. So it's 4th down and about 5.
Well, it's kind of tough when you're out there as a quarterback. You're taking shots, right? And then you got to get up and play the next the play. Got to kind of walk some of that pain off.
Ottawa looks like they're coming again with pressure. And it looks like they're bringing full house. And before
they called him free play.
So it's a play on the play. Throw it to the end zone. And that pass is going to be intercepted.
But it's coming back.
But offsides, and then after that another penalty comes in, so that's going to be bad because of the contact after that. So we'll see what this is, but for sure it's a free play. That should get the Lions a first down. So offsides against Ottawa, but there was a second flag, or did he just pick it up?
But it's first down.
All right. So
please
move those chains. First down, Langston, ball at the 12-yard line. They can get a first down inside the 2. Back to work now. 3 receivers. Wassel asking for it. And again, pressure right up the middle. Wassel throwing
fade route
to the end zone. And Roboleski.
Oh, they've called him out.
Said he was out of bounds on that one. Roboleski can't believe it.
Well, this is NAIA, so all you have to do is have 1 foot in. Looks like Ottawa has a player down. Those guys actually went out the back corner of the end zone, ended up on the track.
Wassel's asking him and say, hey, man, I got my foot down.
Yeah, Robo's like, that's not a catch?
I mean, it was a beautiful fade route to the back pylon.
Right.
You called it. And so now there's an injury timeout on the field. And I really would love to know how much time is left.
Yeah. Great. It was a great catch, though, by Robo. I thought he was in.
I thought he was in, too. Of course, letting Roboleski ask him, I'm sure he'll tell you he was in.
Yeah.
But this has been an impressive drive. We've seen tempo. And once again, when we talked about it, we talked about it in pregame, the sparks that this team shows, the potential, the fireworks this team shows that it has, it just gets lost in some of the other things that are going on, and you can't win football games at a high level when you're making key mistakes at the wrong moments.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. The other thing, too, is this is the third quarterback I've seen for the Lions.
Right.
And it's kind of like, okay, we need to solidify that role, right? Who is our quarterback?
Well, to me, I think this is the best chance for Steele Wassel to show what he can do.
Yeah. He's doing a good job right now, too.
3 receivers. He's going to throw it again.
Back shoulder
and
up.
This time
he's
still down.
There's a flag. That's what I thought.
So we were told it was 37 seconds left.
Yeah, but the officials are going to disagree. From the front side, it looked like a push, but the official, the line judge, had a closer angle. So let's see what happens. Are they going to pick it up? Yeah, I don't like the way that looks.
You don't like the jog?
No. Yeah, issue. There it is. They're going to pick that up. They waved it off. I thought it was pass interference. I saw a push before the ball got there.
So, but undoubtedly, one overrode the other. So we were right about 30 seconds left, 32, 30, 33 seconds left. So 4 receivers, trips to the right, but the inside receivers are stacked. True Booker in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a stacked trips type formation. They do that to force the other 2 inside defenders to play off and read the release. There's quads, keeper.
So going downhill goes Steele. Going to take it down inside the 10, down to the 14-yard line, and they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th down and about 6 yards to go. So in this particular case, Gary, do you take the 3? Do you go for the points? You go to the points. It's a complete.
Well, here's the deal.
All right.
It's 24-0.
You need points.
Yeah, but to me, I'll go for the 7.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. We don't know how much time is actually on the clock.
It's got to be right around 20, 25 seconds. I mean, there's still time. If for him to run the ball in that particular situation, that was a play. That was a called run play.
Yeah, it was, and it was a good one actually. It's 4th down. The question is can they convert on it again, or throw the ball? I like.
Octavio's coming out there. See, again,
Octavio's coming out. They're going to take
because you give Ottawa the complete victory in the first half if you come away with nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference between 0 and 3.
Okay, I understand.
When you're down by 24, I would try to go for it. 7 means a whole lot more.
And the kick is up, and Octavio puts it through the uprights.
All right.
So the Lions, 24-3 is the score. Just seconds are left before the end of the first half. But I want to talk about, you're talking about the 3 has no value. I understand why you're saying that. But in this particular situation, when you keep driving and you get down there and you get nothing, to me, there's nothing for you to build off of at the end of the first half. And you're saying, well, what you going to build off of with 3? And I get you.
No, it's positive. I'm not going to sit here and
say
that it's not positive. But if I'm looking at 25 seconds and I'm at 4th and 5 and I'm down that close. I mean
10 plays, 60 yards, 3 points. I mean, what do you I'm just.
It sounded to me like you're digging yourself a hole.
No, I'm not.
I would have tried to go for it. I mean, just. But like I said, I mean, it's let's see. Let's just see. Let's just see if the 3 matter. Okay, we're gonna watch this thing out. We're gonna see if the 3 matter. Octavio putting that thing in the end zone though. Oh, is he gonna bring it out?
No,
don't bring it out. Okay, he took a knee.
So when it's all said and done, it'll be 1st and 10, Spirit at the 25-yard line. Fully expect them to go ahead and kneel this on out. But if you're Langston, don't get caught napping. I just have the feeling this Spirit team is crafty enough.
They'll sneak one by you. I'm telling you.
They will literally sneak one past you.
Yeah. No, these guys play.
They'll run the play that everybody at Auburn's still mad at. They'll act like the receiver's running out of bounds to the kickoff team and then send him down the field as OU did in the Auburn game, and everybody will be upset. But right now, it looks like they're going to take a knee.
They'll run a fumblerooski or something, acting like they're going to take a knee and run a fumblerooski.
All right, and that should be the end of the first half. And I tell everybody, until the ball's in the hands of
the official.
Yep.
Keep your eyes
okay.
on your fries.
Exactly. And
it's halftime.
It's halftime. Coming up next will be the MJ Bail Bonds halftime show. Also, we'll have a chance to listen to these cheerleaders and also the Langston University Marching Pride that'll be coming up next. Asking you to hang around and check it out as Langston finds themselves down by 21 points, 24-3. We'll be right back. This is Langston Lion Football. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, we're going to break into this special halftime performance of the University of Langston Marching Pride. This is probably the only prequel you're going to get for their outstanding performance that's due up at homecoming. That's coming up next. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, with no other, here it comes, the Langston University Marching Pride. All right, the Langston University Marching Pride performing this afternoon. And as everybody would normally say, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Because next week is homecoming, and I guarantee you, you're not going to want to miss what they do. For those who have the pleasure of watching on PPBC TV, it is always a treat, because when I'm saying that is the culmination of homecoming here at Langston. The band is on the field, the frats are on the sideline, the coronation of the king and queen is complete, and it starts to go down. And it'll be here next week. An extended pregame show will be at hand next week. I'm going to invite everybody to take a look at that. So what we're going to do is take another quick timeout, come back and look at the first half statistics. Then we'll get an idea of where we are and what we need to do to get back in this game. We are still a few minutes away from kickoff of the second half of this game, but Langston finds themselves down by the score of 24-3. This is the MJ Bail Bonds Halftimer Show, fast, reliable bail bond service in Oklahoma City to get you or a loved one out of a difficult situation. This is Langston Lion football. Prince and, of course, Gary Woods here for the MJ Bail Bonds Halftime Report. Looking at the first half of this game, and Gary, what we saw, in terms of looking at how the game played out, the thing that had to talk about was probably what you and I got into the discussion at the end. would it have been better to be 24-0 at the end or 24-3?
Or 24-7.
Or 24-7.
Yeah.
I mean, so it could have been either one of those options. Needless to say, it is 24-3. But to me, seeing something of your labor and your work meant something. Ottawa has been outstanding overall in this game. They came out. It was only a 10-0 game at the end of the first half. They would score on to score 14 points in the second frame to push it to that mark. But the Lions had chances in the game. Ottawa has just been better in many stretches.
Yeah, man, them converting on fourth down has just been really impressive. But I think also, too, Langston making some mistakes in kind of allowing Ottawa to capitalize on those mistakes, those penalties at the wrong time.
Sure. That's the difficult path about that.
It's not the overall number of penalties. It's just the penalties at the wrong time.
Overall, 195 yards of total offense from Ottawa, 112 yards for Langston. I mean, so that tells you a lot there.
Yeah.
We'll come back and talk about individual performances in about 3 minutes, and it'll be time to get the second half of this game started. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by the Black Chronicle newspaper, Guiding Right Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and MJ Bell Bonds. Back to Anderson Stadium. Great place to be, great food to eat out here at Langston University. Of course, the score for the fans here at Langston, everybody wished was a little bit better. 24-3 is the score. The Lions are going to kick the ball off to the Spirit, who will get the ball to start the second half. Gary, just how important is it for the Lions to get that grade of, of getting them off the field?
Oh, there's a live ball.
It's rolling around the field. It's at the 10-yard line, going to get scooped up, and then the ball carrier is on his feet and will be brought down at the 4-yard line.
Yep.
What a tremendous kick by Octavio Resendez, who pinned them deep inside the 10. It took a Langston scudder bounce right there about the 20 and darted all the way inside. And we've got a serious, injured player over there about the 4-yard line.
For Ottawa.
That does not look good. I mean, it looks like a leg injury.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Mo. When they are squirming around like that, and that's a really good sign. Because when they squirm around like that, that means that it's something that's hurt, but he's not like really, really hurt bad. So
right now, there is one Ottawa coach down there looking at him, but
yeah, see, he's getting up. He's going to walk off on his own. He just.
And it actually is the starting running back for Ottawa.
Yeah, so it's just, he's okay. He's running off now.
Yeah, at first it looked like the leg, so he's favoring the shoulder. But that leg, that's what it looked like because he was bending it. So the way it looked from my visual looked like it was worse than really what it was in this case. So glad that you helped me clarify that real quick.
Yeah, telltale sign is when they're on the ground rolling around and stuff. That's a good sign.
All right.
Oh my God, player wide open,
and the pass hit the ground, and the pass is incomplete.
So again, busted coverage.
Frankie Valentino had to try to go to the carpet to pick up Gueron's pass as he was rolling to the near side, and lucky for Langston that time again that the pass was just not sharp. If Gueron hits him, he's still running.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you can catch a flight from Will Rogers back that way, but, hey, going to work again. Gueron over the middle, pressure. He comes out of the pocket. He's at the 10-yard line and is going to get knocked down right there about the 17 as Ortiz brings him down, but it will be enough for a Langston first down. Again, no one's picking up the quarterback, and, again, Gueron with the right mindset finds the ability and has the ability to find and make the right decision at the right time.
Yeah, the thing with putting pressure on a quarterback is that you have to stay disciplined into your rush lanes. You cannot let him come out of that pocket unscathed.
All right, going to work this time again. The defense from Langston does a good job of turning the running back. That is McGee.
Yeah, that was zone play over the left side there. Langston did a good job of fitting that up nicely.
Second down after a gain of 1. But, again, you had him pinned inside the 5-yard line, and executing long first downs is what Gueron does. Going to have to start calling him G3 because that's all he does is convert third downs. Gueron going to hand the ball off to McGee. Nope, going to play fake. Going to throw it to the outside, and this time Gueron puts it up too high. That's 2 misses as he tries to hit Matthew Hicks there. Yep. Pass incomplete. Gueron nails that, and there is a flag in the middle of the field right there about the 24-yard line.
The other thing, too, that bothered me about that play, Mo, is that wide receiver was wide open.
That's 2.
Yeah, no one was around him. I mean, there's some busted coverages happening on the back end. It's only a matter of time before someone figures it out.
So the penalty is going to be illegal man downfield against the Spirit. They're going to decline it. So 3rd down and 9. So Quinn Morgan has elected to decline that one. Now going to work. So right here, right now, can the Lions get them off the field and get the offense back going again? Ball is snapped. Giron looks right.
Up.
Everybody's covered that time. He wants to pull it down, throws it in, and he finds a receiver who they didn't stay with the route.
Nope.
He breaks off, broke in, and gave him a target. And Jersey Blasingame catches a big one for a first down for Ottawa at the 42-yard line.
You got to squeeze to those receivers when they come off their routes and they make their breaks. Even though you're in the zone, right? If there's nothing that's challenging you deep, you have to squeeze to that receiver staying on top.
The Lions again stuffed the run. The Lions have been great on first and second down.
Yeah.
But on third down, Ottawa.
They've been real gappy.
G3. I mean, right now, Ottawa is 8 of 12 on third down conversions.
Nice.
It's just uncanny how good they have been on third down today. 3 receivers now. Second down and 9. Giron drops back.
Out the back.
He's going to come up. Looking. He throws it to the outside, and that time too much pepper on it.
That's another back out the back.
And Johnson is in the game now. So back to work now.
I will say this, Mo. I like the Ottawa, Arizona game plan. I like how they attack defenses, from the offensive standpoint. Now, I don't like it for my Lions, but as a ball coach who's looking at what they're doing offensively, it's actually pretty impressive.
3 receivers now. Make that 4 receivers. 1 back in the backfield. Ball is in hand. Somebody's picking up. They're going to throw the ball deep.
Over the top.
And the pass is nearly caught.
Just misses it outside.
Just misses off the outstretched hands of Marquise Reese. But there is a flag in the backfield in the area of holding. And if I'm Quentin Morgan, I might consider declining it. Or do you back him up and give him another 2 shots?
No, you might decline that thing and make it third down in about a long 8.
It is third down, so that was third down.
I know you'll make it 4th down in a long 8. You decline it. Make it 4th down, a long 8. See if they'll punt it. There's the punt team. There you go. Nice call, Coach.
Yeah. So that penalty is declined, so it's 4th down and 8. And right now, Giron has not come out sharp in the second half. There were 3 misses, and 2 of them were to wide-open receivers. He had Johnson on a wheel route coming out that was wide open. Then he missed number 22, Valentino wide open. This one, Gerald Martin's going to let roll out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 9.
At about the 9 or somewhere around the 10 or 11-yard line. So it's at the 11.
11. Okay.
So 1st and 10. So there are multiple flags in the backfield area here. We'll see.
I hope the Lions did not rough the kicker. Personal foul.
Roughing the kicker. So it's an automatic first down.
And they keep possession of the ball. That's one of those situations where you had the ball.
So did not see the exact hit, but roughing the kicker, the big one, inside the 45 down to the 41, and right back on the field come the Spirit.
Yeah, you don't want to give a good offensive team.
I mean, here's the facts. The facts are, if they get off the field, you give your offense a chance.
Yeah. Yep.
Back to work now.
Outside zone.
Johnson with the carry.
Yep.
He's going to be brought down.
Almost a tackle for loss. Wow.
So it's going to be stopped. And once again, the Lions have been good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, they've been good against the run.
They have not been good on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10.
I think
24-3 is the score.
I think number 8 has something to do with that.
You might be right.
Yeah.
3 receivers, twins to the left time, right, going to work. Ball handed off.
He pulls it. There it is.
And there goes Giron down the sideline out to the inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. So it is officially down, another first down for Giron as he gets a gain of 12 on the play. So it's been a tough situation. So 1st and 10. And, again, these are the tough moments that's hard for any team when you have that sudden change.
Yeah.
You thought you were in one position and you get put back in the other. The team has got to wake up and respond in this moment. Going to work again, trying to get the ball to the outside to McGee. McGee with another stiff arm.
McGee's out dropping a hammer on people.
And McGee takes it inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line, setting up second down or third down and what will be 5 yards to go now.
Yeah, McGee's coming around there, stiff-arming people into the ground, and then he drops the shoulder on the defensive
Correct,
back.
that's second down and 5 on my part. 3 receiver, twins to the left right now. Ball is snapped. And going to work
play action over the top.
Over
He
the
has
top
a
into the
step.
end zone. Giron had a man in the end zone again behind the secondary, not able to hit him. Giron not as sharp in the second half thus far. It's third down and 5. But needless to say, don't worry about him. Third down is coming.
Important thing right now is getting off the field.
Third down. 3 receivers, twins to the right.
Now, here's the question. If you get this stop.
Ball is snapped, handed off to McGee. McGee with the downhill cut.
Oh,
at the
nice
10,
side
at the
step.
5, into the end
Did
zone.
he hit the pylon?
And
Is
he
that
hit the
touchdown?
pylon,
Yes, they call touchdown.
for
Wow.
Jalen McGee.
Run play for carry of about, what, 18?
Yeah, you're talking about a tremendous run on that one from
a
McGee.
great run. I mean, he just sidestepped and made guys miss. And jeez Louise.
And again, the Lions offense should be on the field right now.
Yep, should be.
24-yard rush for the touchdown for Jalen McGee. And now the Klein extra point is good. And so as it stands right now, into the third, it is now 31-3. So now the Lion offense will get its first crack in the second half of this game. And this is a big thing for the Lions now, because now you have to score on every possession, Gary, to get back in this game. But you've got to maintain some energy in a situation if things don't start working out your way. You've got to finish off. I mean, this is conference games now, Gary.
Yep.
You know, if you're Langston, you've got to show your value. But again, the mistake on special teams, those little mistakes are the ones that keep costing this team.
Yeah. Just like, golly.
So as it is, the kickoff is away, and it's going to drift into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, Langston at the 25-yard line. 31-3. Can the Lions put points on the board on this drive? Again, good things can happen if you can get on the end zone. You always say, when I have to make you drive, when I have to keep changing things, it makes it a different impact.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they come out like they did right before the half in a 2-minute offense kind of setup and start applying some pressure on the Ottawa, Arizona defense. I kind of like the no huddle and what they were doing.
5 seconds. They got to get this play off. Going to work across the formation. Wassel feels it. Pressure. Throws it to the outside and tries to get it off Gerald Martin, but pass incomplete. Gerald Martin was without a reception today. And to be honest, that has been a factor. You talk about, we've seen Roboleski a part of the offense. You said it early, Gary. You said, hey, we've got to find a way to get, number 6 in the game. In last week's game, Gerald Martin only with 1 catch, or 4 catches last week for 42 yards and a touchdown. You've got to get that. True Booker gets his number called, and this time back in the backfield again as downhill attack by the Spirit. Knock him down by 3. Lose about 3 on the play. So it's 3rd down and 13 yards to go. So now you got to get the ball out to the 35-yard line for a 1st down.
Look at the safety blitz.
Booker, 18 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. He comes back and resets in the regular formation, right there in the pocket. Now he goes out. Ball is snapped. Pressure, and they tried to set up a wide receiver screen, but that pass hits again. Pressure right up on the side of Steele Wassel, and he has to go ahead, and Langston's going to have to punt this ball away. Did not really like that play sequence of calls there. Because, again, we went back to a play that has not really worked well since the opening drive, where it was the delay handoff because the Spirit haven't stopped attacking the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, too much pressure. They're coming too fast. They're bringing more guys than what can be blocked. And also, too, those plays are developing a little bit slow. To me, it seems like it.
This one
Ball
takes
went out of bounds.
the wind got underneath Octavio's kick.
And it was really a high one.
It was a nice high kick, but the
Just
wind
got
got all the way. So it's only going to be the ball will fall probably for a net yards of about 20 to 23 yards on that kick, as the ball will now be officially spotted at the Langston 41-yard line. So Ottawa in plus territory to start off this sequence here. It's going to be critical that the Lion defense find a way to get a stop. And again, the defense is saying, hey, look, we did our job.
Yeah.
Now you got to do it again to try and get the best side of all of this. So back to work. So here we go. 3 receivers, twins to the right, ball snapped. Going to hand the ball. No, they're not going to throw the ball deep. Over the top. And trying to turn around and make a good job. A great defense on that particular play.
Darian Henry. Which I remember Henry. They switched him over to defense, I guess. I mean, he was a running back. Was he not?
No, this Henry is a defensive back.
Okay. Yeah, listed as a running back in the.
Really surprised we have not seen Rorik Hawkins today. He might still be hurt. He got hit during the Texas College game. And this team needs all its weapons to really come to get to a understanding of where the team is. Ball carrier that time by Johnson, gain of 1. 3rd down and 9. It's the money down for Ottawa today. It's been so good to them, to the point where the points in terms of their conversion, they are 9 of 14 on 3rd down conversions.
Yeah.
Langston, on the other hand, 1 of 7.
What's their 4th down conversion rate?
They are 1-0.
Yeah, so just they got the 1.
They got the 1. 4 receivers, trips to the left side, ball is snapped. Trying to look and backfield, trying to throw it over the top. Pass incomplete as Giron tries to hit. Looks like that is Matthew Hicks again.
Yeah.
Pass incomplete, so 4th down.
Henry Ford on the coverage there, and he's a freshman, 6 foot 155 from Irving, Texas.
So can the Lions stop the Spirit this particular time? 4th down and 9. And if Giron has not got you in the 3rd down play, he usually has something special for you on 4th down. 4 receivers, trips to the left. Ball is snapped.
Back out the backfield.
Giron looking and decides to take off running. And nobody's going to catch him. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's at the 20 before he's forced out of bounds. But more importantly, converts a big-time 3rd and long, 4th and long for this Spirit offense.
Well, the defensive ends for Langston, they're doing a good job of making him step back up into the pocket. That's what you're supposed to do. But what's supposed to happen is that the inside techniques, the 2 defensive tackles, the shade, the 3, they're supposed to be, staying in their rush lanes and definitely being there, best tackle in the backfield there. But they're supposed to be the ones, and there's a flag.
And a flag comes in at the conclusion of the play, and it has to be. It's got to be, personal foul?
Yeah.
Late hit out of bounds. So personal foul against Langston. Going to move the ball inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. So a tough situation now for the Langston defense, but you've got to not hurt yourselves with plays like that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't hurt yourself.
So as it stands right now, 3 receivers, trips to the right. Ball is snapped. They're going to hand the ball off to McGee, and McGee is attacked by the Langston defense. And so as it stands now, he's going to lose a yard or two back to the 7. So second down and goal from the 7. And again, Ottawa on the verge of scoring. This drive was only at the Langston 41-yard line when they started off. But needless to say, one thing they have done so well is once they got you reeling, you just never are able to get back on top. And a throw across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. And it's interesting to me, Giron has not been sharp in the second half of this game, Gary.
No, I mean, it's almost like he cooled off. Thank God, because he was looking pretty impressive there in the first half with some of the plays he was making with his feet and with his arm.
Right. With that being said, it's third down, so you got to watch him. Because not too many times have we not seen him have an impact on either third down or fourth down play. He's usually running the ball. Ball is snapped. Giron drips. Throws to the outside corner, and it's going to be low and outside, and touchdown.
To the running back.
McGee, Jalen McGee with the reception in the end zone for the touchdown. And a nice throw. If he was a pitcher, that pitcher would have been low and outside as he dipped down, drifted right, dropped back, and then just sit there and let that one fly.
Wow.
So now time for the Klein extra point. And the kick is up and good for Klein. All right, we'll take a timeout in just a second here. We'll be back on the other side. This is Langston Lion Football brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. Kickoff is away, and it drifts into the end zone for a touchback. And so now the Lion offense will get back on the field again. So the Lions right now giving up 14 points in the second half, Gary. And right now you're on the verge. I mean, it's already blown out. You're down 35 points. So you've got to start finding ways to extend drives and give the defenses a chance to breathe here.
Yeah.
I mean, so back to work here. Wassel, 4 receivers.
Yep,
ball snapped. Going to swing it to the outside. Tries to get it to Roboleski, and that one is low and outside.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good job by the offense picking up that double blitz, right? They ran that cross-buck double blitz, brought both linebackers. Offensive line did a good job of sliding and picking that up.
Second down and 10.
Getting ready to bring more.
Nope. Ball snapped.
Only 4.
Wassel swings it outside, and that pass is incomplete again.
Almost picked out. It was intended for Robo.
Again, telegraphed on that same route. Roboleski did not do a good job of selling that he was running deeper, and once that play was identified, it was almost an interception there. Almost not. It wasn't just an interception. He kept his balance. There was an opportunity for a pick 6 there.
Yeah.
4 receivers, third down and 10. The Lions got to do something here. Going to work, going to throw the ball to the outside, has a receiver open, is Janelle Langley, who makes the
nice
reception at the 48-yard line.
I'll take it.
So please move those chains. First down, Langston. Langston, when they needed it the most, got a little bit of life, hurrying to the line of scrimmage, and the ball is snapped. Steele looking, and this time flings it out and tries to unload it, getting it to True Booker. But that pass is incomplete. That pressure came right up the middle. He had to eat that sandwich there.
Yeah,
so second down and 10.
Took a shot right to the chest.
One thing Ottawa has not stopped doing is they have not stopped bringing in, what do you want to call it, pressure.
Yeah,
they just keep finding ways to dial it up. All types of A-gap blitzes, B-gap blitzes, run blitzes. Just a whole variety of very aggressive style. Wassell's going to throw the ball. Has Roboleski, who makes the adjustment. What an adjustment in the ear.
Great adjustment by Roboleski.
A pass down the sideline, and it goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Sir, please move those chains. First down, Langston. What a throw by Steele, and a catch by Roboleski.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. Roboleski did a great job of seeing that ball and just turning around. Had a nice speed turn mid-route.
Are going back to work here. Calling Roboleski in motion with 12 seconds on the play clock. Jet sweep play, throw across the middle, pass incomplete. Dangerous as two Spirit players run into each other in the end zone. That was lucky that didn't turn into a nasty little spot there. And again, great throw by Wassell, who put some heat on that throw. Trying to get it in and fit it into a tight space. Janelle Langley checks back in. Now coming out of the game for the Lions right there. On this one is Gerald Martin coming out for a breather. So Roboleski on the field right now. Also out there is Timothy Johnson and Janelle Langley lining up as the tight end on the right side. To work we go. Ball the snap. Looks. Throws it. Roboleski jumps up to make the catch.
Oh, he didn't hold it.
And they're going to say he didn't have possession of the ball. He did get a foot down, but he did not have the ball when he did.
Yep.
So third down.
You have to control the ball all the way to the ground, right?
Roboleski is still asking for a flag on that one. And on the day, when you start talking about individual performances right now, for Langston overall, Roboleski's got 4 catches for 87 yards, none prettier than that last 42-yard reception that he had.
Yeah, that one's good on Sundays. I mean, he was clearly going vertical, looking back to the inside. Ball was thrown to the opposite shoulder, and he changed mid-stride, was able to bring that ball in. Great catch by Roboleski.
So is it a timeout on the field? So timeout's been called on the field, and we'll take one here as well. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. So really excited overall about how, the Lions were able to get down here. And we know this roster has talent on it, and it's on full display at times, but we've got to find a way to consistently get there. And to me, Ottawa, the one area you could exploit is in their coverages, but they haven't had to cover anybody. You know why? Because they're already up 30 points against their average opponent. Coming into this game, Ottawa, you heard the numbers in pregame, scores 44 points a game. As it stands right now, they are about 6 points away from their average. On top of that, opponents are being held to 8 points. You don't have to know how good your corners are because you're not getting tested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we must have an injury of some kind or a stoppage, because I'm not really sure All right, okay. There's a situation with the time. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. They're under the tent right now doing a review.
So there's a challenge? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know. I think they're trying to determine.
No, I don't think that's it. But
Gosh.
So the officials come back out here, and again, So I guess the question is on whether it's a touchdown or not.
Yep.
So they are challenging it.
No good. No catch. Incomplete pass.
So they were challenging on whether Roboleski had the ball. So it was a challenge.
So what are they looking like? Are they looking at the live stream?
I'm not certain what they're looking at on this particular case.
How did they review it is what I'm asking.
So we'll have to find that out. So going to work right now. So coming across the timeline now, going to hand the ball off to True Booker right up the middle. Booker gets a nice gain inside or down to the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and 5. So maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, so are we going to kick it again?
No, at this point you go for it. I mean, this is not a end of the first half empty set mentality. Gerald Martin comes out of the game, and now back into the game for the Lions is Landon Green. So we've got another receiver on the field right now. So 3 receivers, 2 tight ends on this next play call. The Spirit are going to bring it, and before things, Ottawa takes a timeout. So while they're taking a timeout, we're going to take one as well. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. Back to live action now following the timeout by the Spirit. So a challenge on the play was what was called again. And so they basically took a play off to try and challenge that as it stands right now. Double tight end, 2 receivers. Roboleski comes in motion across the formation, and they're going to fake the jet sweep, and the ball's deflected into the end zone. Turnover on downs. It will be Spirit football right there at the 5-yard line.
Wow. We don't convert. Let's see if defense can get a stop.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best object that we can do in this case by getting a stop here and getting more opportunities to try and get something going today. Steele Wassel overall in terms of the day, his numbers right now have been pretty impressive overall. Not his completion percentages, which is really crazy to me. But they have him marked here as 7 of 22 for 31%. I certainly thought it was higher than that.
No, I thought it was too.
But that's what the stat sheet says for 136 yards. So now going back to work, out comes Giron. Going to hand it off to McGee, and McGee's going to be stopped.
Nope, guess who pulls it?
The ball's rolling around the field, and the Lions have it. They're going to scoop, trying to get it to the end zone.
Score!
To the end zone.
Yes, no, he didn't step out.
They said he's out of bounds there,
no,
right there about the.
But we'll take the turnover.
He jumped, trying to get there.
Yep, fumble on the play, scoop. I could have sworn that we scored on that one, but.
So needless to say, the
offense gets another opportunity, 4 downs
inside
at the 4-yard line.
4 downs, first and goal from the 4. Can they punch it in?
Yeah, and I would run the ball 4 times. I would. I'd figure out a way creatively run the ball 4 times.
So right now, I'd run the full house backfield, and
there
that's exactly what it is.
There you go.
Diamond formation right
Double
now.
tight. Motioned out. Give it to the full. Oh, option outside.
And Jamarie Hamilton's going to get
and he gets
dropped.
back to the line of scrimmage.
No, he's
Maybe
going to lose a
uses
yard.
half a yard. Just a half.
Back to the 5.
Yeah.
So that particular play, to me, you got to move everybody.
You got to get people out of the
Either
box.
spread them out, spread them out, or move everybody. In other words, we getting up and everybody's rolling to the left. You know what I mean? I need a sweep, old school sweep play. So now checking into the game, somebody running on the field late for. So that is Jamarie Hamilton. So Demarie Hamilton was running it. Now it's Jamarie Hamilton out there. 2 seconds. They got to snap this ball. They have it.
Pass play,
Wassell's
fade
gonna
route.
throw
Oh,
it.
that's a flag.
Should have been.
It should have been a flag. That was clearly holding.
And Coach Morgan is livid. He was
He
asking
grabbed
about
him. He literally saw his jersey stretch. My goodness.
not letting Roboleski try to get into the end zone here. So 3rd down and goal. Right from the 5. So double tight end again. 2 receivers. And they're going to bracket Roboleski here. So trying to make it. Roboleski has
again.
it.
He's holding him. Thank you. Golly. Automatic first down. I mean, he was undressing him, Mo. I mean, it was like, golly.
So what you're saying is they might have a hold of the jersey?
I mean, he had his arm up the jersey. I mean, what you talking about, man? God, I'm sitting there. I mean, and he did it the first time. I'm sitting there thinking, man.
So half the distance to the goal, that should move the ball back to about down to the 2-yard line. And should it? So it's an automatic first down?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Now go on and punch this thing in. Offensive line.
Double tight ends, 2 receivers split. Ball is snapped.
Blitz.
Wassell has it, gives it
Turn
to
up.
Booker, trying to
True,
get it to the
push
end
him
zone.
in. Touchdown.
L's up. Touchdown, Langston.
He broke the plane with the ball, so you can't come out of there. That's a touchdown.
So the Lions score. So the Lions get some points on the board, and it is now officially 38-9.
Player down on the field.
There's an injured player in the end zone.
Yeah, that's Ottawa. He's getting up.
So as it stands right now, he's able to walk off with a little bit of assistance. Can't exactly tell you the number of the player, but he appears to be okay. So the injured player is number 51. That is Jesse Jackson.
Oh, no, that's a name. Linebacker from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Jesse.
All right. So now time for the Octavio Resendez extra point. Kick is down, and it is good. And the Lions are now, score officially now is 38-10.
So I guess that 3 points mattered then.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have got to 10 without the 3. As it stands right now, we'll be right back. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right in the Black Chronicle newspaper. 21-yard line. Returned out to the 35 before
Good
he's finally
tackle.
taken down right there at about the 38 or 39-yard line.
Tackle. Garrett Green, great job bringing down the play there on kickoff, man.
So the Langston defense did a great job, forced a turnover today, and it gave the opportunity for the offense to score. The offense was able to do that. But a great job overall by Roboleski on that drive because so 5:18 to go in the third right now. So if the Lions can do it again, get another stop, and continue to build on this score. So as it stands right now, Gueron's back out there, and we'll see if the Lion defense will remain opportunistic or will they
Nice
continue.
flag, delay a game.
So a delay of game penalty. Going to back them up 5 yards. And truly being honest with you, if you're a Spirit fan, you've got to be kind of concerned about this team. You know, they haven't been tested overall, Gary, to really know what they really have. They know they're good, but just how good are they? And
Talking about
I'm talking about Ottawa. I'm talking about Ottawa. And in terms of and knowing that, as they hand the ball off,
Screen
try to
play.
set up a screen play to McGee. McGee this time is going to go rumbling down the sideline. He's at the
he's
40.
gone.
He's
He's
at the
gone.
30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's going to be forced out of bounds.
2-yard line.
What a great effort by Trey Odom, who continued to run him down.
At the 2-yard line, yeah, like I said.
But
Golly.
you know this team can make plays like this, but until that last play there, you hadn't seen anything explosive in a while. Kind of a lackadaisical on execution, missing
Yep.
on throws.
Yep.
That's okay against, as they say, competition that you're better than. But when you face that team, will you be ready? So going to work, Bart now going to hand the ball off, and that door closed.
Did he get?
He did not get in.
didn't
He
get
falls down short. The ball carrier ends up being number 23 on that one, Jashawn Foster. So 2nd down and 1. Well, 2nd and goal from the 1. Let me correct myself. All right, going to work right now. Full house
Power eye.
backfield.
Yeah, power eye right.
Power eye
Give it to
formation.
the fullback.
Fullback right over the middle.
Yep.
And it's a touchdown for
Now,
the
see,
Spirit.
that's what we like there. Old school, Remember we always said, hey, we don't need to be in the shotgun. They went right under center, fullback, wing back, eye back, old school, and handed it to the fullback. Come off the ball, right?
And get the touchdown.
Yeah.
So as
and here's the other thing I noticed too, right? The offensive line, they were down with their hands in the dirt. So the only movement they could make is forward.
And going to work right now, there's another field goal point after attempt is good by Klein. So the score is now 43-10. Take a break. We'll be right back. This is Langston Lion football. Kickoff is away, and it drifts into the end zone for a touchback. And let me correct myself. I did not carry the math correctly. The score is 45-10. So for the 4th consecutive game, as it stands right now, some of the storylines that we had talked about earlier in this broadcast, Ottawa averaging 44.3 points per game. They got the check there. In terms of 420 yards of offense this game. If they keep playing like that, they just might. Going back to work, Steel Wassel has the ball. Steele drops back, looks over the defense, throws to the outside, pass is complete. Reception is going to be made by number 12 on that one. That is, of course, could be Josiah Stevenson on that one.
Gain of 6.
Gain of 6 on the play. 3 receivers now going to drop back.
Pressure
up the middle.
Holding.
And now Wassel looking and decides to run and take off running. He will have enough for a Lion first down. But there's some wrestling going on in the backfield area. That's going to be holding.
Yeah, that's not going to – that's coming back.
I mean, and I'm going to be honest with you. Number 64 is not somebody you want to wrestle with. Jacoby Reed, the junior. You would say he knows better, but he said, if I'm going to get called for holding, Gary, I'm going to bear hug you all the way to the ground. And I'm not going to miss this opportunity. I said, it's already been flagged.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to go on and maul you. I'm just gonna go on and maul you. I'm gonna put these meat hooks on you.
But see, a nice job by Steele, because he ran the ball up. The holding penalty doesn't hurt you as bad. It's only 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, up pressure off the edge.
Nice attack there. Steele going to throw the ball to the outside.
He finds somebody,
and he finds Hamilton, who takes the ball out to about the 35-yard line.
Does he get enough for the first down? Let's see.
And
where
they're
he marks
saying it is.
They say it is first
Move
down. Those chains.
First down. Langston at the 35-yard line, going right back to work. Steele was getting ready to check out of the game. Cade Barrett was about ready to run back on the field right now. He's got his helmet on. 4 receivers right now. Ball is snapped and trying to throw it over the middle. Has a receiver open again. He
does.
And it's Janelle Langley once again.
He literally sat down in that hole there.
So, again, 15 yards. So down there, down into the 45-yard line of Ottawa. Ball is snapped.
Up there going 2 minutes, but move those chains.
So before things get started here, is there a timeout called on the field? Haven't heard officially who called the timeout or well, based upon the team, there's definitely a timeout called on the field. You know, Janelle Langley has turned into a really solid receiving target for him.
Yeah.
On the last play that we just saw here, you're talking about the ability now to go ahead and try to create opportunities for other players.
Yep.
And so that is, of course, now the official end. Is at the end of the quarter? Is that what this is? Based upon it, because I never saw a timeout, so it's got to be the end of the quarter. So as it stands right there.
Yeah, end of the quarter.
So it's the end of the quarter, but we've been talking so much that we're going to have to stay here now in terms of that because, again, unfortunately, our device that tracks what the scoreboard is not available to us. So needless to say, it's been kind of difficult to give you time and understanding of how those minutes and decisions are being made.
Yeah, but like I said, we picking it up and –
so back to work here.
Back to work.
So first and 10 from the 45-yard line going to work. Now Steele decides to pull it down. Needs to tuck that ball away. He was holding it out there like a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Going to get a gain of 3 out of the play. A nice job by him on there. So he was trying to make sure he was getting a conversation cool with Gerald Martin. Gerald Martin kind of favoring his left hand. I'll have to watch that a little bit. As Hamilton checks out of the game. So now going to work, 4 receivers now. 16 seconds on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Blitz is coming from the edge. Steele steps up, fires to the outside.
Short.
And before things could get going here, the pass is incomplete.
Man, I tell you what, the defensive back did a good job of converting himself into a corner and knocking that ball away from the defender. That ball was left inside. Could have been easily intercepted.
All right, going to work right now. Ball at the 42-yard line, 3rd down and 7. Everybody's on the same page with 14 seconds on the play clock, waiting on the ball. Steele has it, drops back in the pocket. Looks, fires over the middle, has a receiver open.
Oh,
it's going to be
intercepted.
intercepted.
Right into coverage, intercepted.
Running back. He's at the
Oh,
50.
my goodness.
He's at the 45-yard line. They're going to be taken down. That's one that Steele telegraphed.
Yeah, he did. Touchdown, saving tackle by Demaria Hamilton.
So Gerald Martin was the intended target there, but that was one of the times you ran that play just a tad too many.
Yeah.
And time, well read.
Yeah, it was because you had the safety step right in front of it. The corner was even undercutting it at the same time on that throw. It just, I mean, they kind of set that one up and said, hey, I wonder if he'll throw it back in here again, right? And that's exactly what happened. Looking for the open receiver. They made him look open. Did a good job of breaking on the ball.
4 receivers, trips to the right. Giron has it, looks, fakes.
Oh, he throws it away. Who's he throwing to?
But I was going to ask the same question. He did get it ahead of the line of scrimmage, but the point was there was nobody there. Quentin Morgan's asking the same question. It could be intentional grounding.
Yeah,
because there was nobody.
No receiver in the area. The closest receiver was 15 or so yards downfield. That looked like a grounding to me, intentional grounding. There's the flag.
So
there
the flag comes in.
There it is.
So intentional grounding by Giron there. Again, there has been sparks from this Ottawa team, Gary. We've seen them do some great things.
Yeah, no,
but overall my point is they have had moments in this second half where they have not looked good.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting laxed a little bit. I mean, they're 45 points on the board. I mean, I don't know about you, but if Langston averaged 45 a game, you know, we would probably be undefeated as well, you know. I mean, the game's getting long for them, and but I am impressed with how they played today, defensively and offensively.
So going to work right now, we've got 4 receivers now. Inside slot comes in motion. And this time in the backfield.
That should be a tackle for loss.
So a tackle for loss. Nice job by the Langston defense wrapping up. So 4th down and 5 here. And let's see what the decision is for Coach Murphy. Coach Murphy wants to go ahead and put his foot on the next.
Now let's see. The personnel.
Giron's still out there with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah. Let's see if Langston can get off the field.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 5, 10 seconds on the play clock right now. 4 receivers, trips right. Ball on the left hash mark. Giron calling for it. Ball is snapped. He steps back in the pocket.
Number
rolls.
4.
Going to throw the ball
Long
deep to the outside. And the pass.
The wheel route drops it.
Pass incomplete. Turnover on downs. It's Langston football.
Hey, that's the way to go. That's the way to get off the field. I tell you, they were wanting that one-on-one matchup against the linebacker, number 5, Jacoby Johnson.
And they already know better because he almost had an interception earlier.
Well, yes, he in fact he did. And
he did.
He called on the one, so they went right back to the well again.
My point is that you want to test him again.
Yeah, and he had some decent coverage. Ball just, was a little short, so Langston football. Let's see if Steele can get us going.
So Steele Wassel comes right back on the field right now. Set to go. So the interception that he threw on the last possession, he needs to shake that off. But something else is going to have to be done. You're going to have to attack that same area of the field because it's open, but you're going to have to give it a different look. Yeah. Right now, Ottawa's secondary is getting used to that particular route and sitting on it. Steele, feel the pressure, reverse pivots, comes to the near side, creating space. Looks, has a receiver open and overthrows Gerald Martin. Actually, Gerald Martin was so wide open.
I thought it says Jersey Blasting game. Oh, that's another different person. Gerald Martin, yeah. Yeah, Gerald Martin was sitting there in the middle of the field saying, hey, and Steele.
If Gerald Martin, the only problem I've ever had with Gerald Martin is he's 5'8". If Gerald Martin was 6 foot, he would have caught that.
Yeah.
Going to work right now, 4 receivers now. Pressure coming from the outside. Nice cadence change. Steele rolling to right, looking, planning, firing to the outside. Pass incomplete as he throws it away, but he was out of the tackle box. And again, the judge back there took off his hat, which meant a receiver stepped out of bounds and was not eligible really to catch that ball. 3rd down and 10. And Gerald Martin once again is running off the field. Or no, he's not. He's all right. Change of personnel.
Yeah. You know, interesting background looking at Steele. He had so many offers out of high school there at Choctaw. OU, OSU, Texas Tech, Arkansas State.
Throws the ball deep to the
Back
outside.
shoulder.
Oh, it's going
and
to be
he
caught by
catches it.
Roboleski. Robo makes a tremendous catch, and another long ball is caught on the outside this time. Nice job. So please, sir, move those chains. First down, Langston, ball at the 30-yard line. And a nice pitch and catch again from Roboleski on the outside. Able to get that ball down the field. And for right now, that particular play should get Roboleski over the 100-yard mark.
Good
Roboleski with
throw.
another catch, and this time Steele is slow getting up.
Yeah, he got nailed by the safety. Safety came in on him clean. No one picked him up. But he did complete the throw to Robo for a first down. So will you please
move those chains? First down, Langston. Now going to work right now. 4 receivers now. Trips to the left. Standing at the 25-yard line,
double blitz.
Steele
2 safeties coming.
waiting on it.
Here they come.
9 seconds on the play clock. Got to make sure they get this play off.
Definitely throw the fade route to the right.
2 seconds. They got to get the play off. Ball snapped just as the time expires.
Slant. Pressure
and he fires it, throws it toward the end zone, and he was run off. But they're going to say that pass was uncatchable. Pass was intended for Christopher Pinder on that one. Is the intended receiver. And again, with a nice job there, trying to get that pass off there. But again, waiting to the waning seconds of the play clock to snap it made it very difficult. 2nd down and 10. So 4 receivers now. Ball at the right hash right now. Ball is snap. Steele. Pressure up the middle. This time.
Oh, wait a minute. The ball.
And he tries to fling it out of bounds. And he had a receiver out there, so he might get lucky.
Yeah, it was clean. It was not a sack. He avoided the sack.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. I mean, he was all but fortunate. I mean, that was that. So right now they're going to take Steele out, and Cade Barrett's going to come in. Steele trots off slowly. And he still got to be feeling it from that last hit he took. So back to work right now. Steele's looking at something underneath his flight jacket right now, taking a look. So Cade Barrett's back in the game. And this time Cade Barrett dances up the middle of the field for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. And it looks like it'll be 3rd down and 8. Cade's not put his helmet back on yet, so he's not really set to get back into action. So Cade Barrett's going to take it over from here. So 4th down and 8 yards to go. So 3 receivers now. Twins to the right. Ball is snapped. Cade Barrett doesn't have the ball. This time steps up in the pocket.
Ball comes out
again, but he ends up falling on it. So down to the 19-yard line. A loss of 1. Turnover on downs. It's officially now Ottawa ball. So looking at how things panned out that drive, and again, we'll see how things continue to go for Steele. But Steele coming out of the game, he took some difficult shots. And he's on the sideline here without his helmet on. But he looks like he did take a good shot right there on that last play there, Gary.
Yeah. I mean, guys like that are competitors. They don't come out the game unless, they know that, hey, look, man,
McGee tries to power his way to the outside. Short yard gain on the play. Out to the 23. 2nd down and about 7. So nicely done by the Langston D-line. Substitution of offensive personnel. with 19 seconds on the play clock. And the Spirit are choosing to attack the clock a little bit on this drive.
Yeah, shorten this game.
Ball is snapped. Spirit dropped back.
I was holding there, but
pressure. Gonna fire it.
Yeah.
Pass incomplete. Try to get it in the hand of Matthew Hicks. 4th down.
No, I
or
thought
3rd down.
I thought there was a little bit of holding happening out there. I thought that Romeo was held. Romeo Ortiz.
So 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. Giron in shotgun formation with 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Ball is snapped. Giron drops back. Pressure. Fires across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. So 4th down now, and it looks like the Spirit are going to have to punt this ball away. The defense from Langston has had some moments where they've looked really, really good in this game, Gary.
Yeah, they have, and you know, especially on 1st and 2nd down. But golly, it just seems like when it comes to coverage in the secondary in that first half, it was, you know, it just seems like, you know, Giron he was just finding the open man, and when they were open, they were open.
Right, and still sitting on a conversion rate above the on the day, 10 of 18. So you're still talking about, you know, just above 50%, you know, Gary, in terms of their conversion rate.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And that's something that's for them, where Langston is 3 of 12.
Oh. Yeah, that's a big difference in terms of quarterback play, protecting the football, you know, not having turnovers or fumbles. They had the one fumble, Giron, you know, but he fumbled when he was coming out, you know, really trying to make a play with his feet, and had the ball knocked away. But other than that, they've made plays when they had to, and it's just that simple.
High.
End over end.
End over end kick.
Oh,
it's going to take a Langston bounce, right, yeah, and be down at the Ottawa 48-yard line. So a short field to work. Let's see who the quarterback is for the Lions on this possession here.
Look like one is in the huddle, so it looks like
Cade
Cade's
Barrett
going back. The product from O.D. Wyatt, Fort Worth, Texas.
All right, going back to work. So, Lions come set with 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Cade Barrett in shotgun formation. Now, going to work with 22 seconds on the play clock, plenty of time. Inside slot receiver comes in motion, and contact and the confusion, and Cade Barrett tries to do something, make something out of nothing, gets a yard gain on the play. So 2nd down and 9 after a gain of 1.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little bit of a confusion on the exchange. It seems like there should have been like a fake jet sweep with maybe a lead blocker.
Right. So now going to work, going to throw it across the middle. Pass is incomplete. Trying to hit number 25 on the play. That was Aiden Thomas.
You can definitely see the arm strength that Cade has. Good-looking athlete. Look like he's 6 foot something, 2 or something like that, about 200 pounds.
So when we start talking about that, going back to work, Cade Barrett's going to throw it to the outside. Pass is incomplete, intended for number 17. That is Jamari A. Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So 4th down. Cade wasn't able to move the offense on that particular play. So Octavio's out to try and pin the Spirit deep.
See if Octavio can hit that last punt. He was able to pin him down within the 5. Let's see if we can see what he does with the wind at his back. Don't have to strike it too hard. There you go. Nice spinner. Oh, fumble! The ball's on the ground.
Nobody's got it yet.
Nobody's there.
And then finally the Spirit are able to get it. But right there was an opportunity for the Lions.
There clearly was.
Special teams unit. And
that's why it pays to run and hustle every time.
And that was one of those what you call scoreboard hustles.
Yeah.
The reason why is the scoreboard had you not engaged.
Right.
Had you made the play and somebody else was down there.
That was an easy scoop and score, or the offense could have had the ball within the 5, inside the 5.
Right. And it could have been a lot easier of a game overall. So at the half down in Norman, Kent State is, OU's up 23-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be.
He said it's supposed to be.
OU's supposed to be up to. It's Kent State, man.
It's Kent. Is it supposed to be 23? It's supposed to be 43.
Well, at halftime, if you want to be decent about it, if it's 30-0 at half, that's you beat them 60-0, 65-0, no big deal.
Johnson up the middle finds a crease and cuts back. Going to take the ball out beyond the 10-yard line, out to nearly the 11, setting up second down and short yardage for them.
Yeah, Kent State's coming into Norman. That game is going to be on the SEC network, right?
Yeah, going on right now, and the ball is carried by Johnson.
First down.
So it's going to be enough for a first down out to the 17-yard line. A couple of other big games to be checking out here for the week before OU Texas. Texas might not be doing so well. Florida is up on Texas 19-7.
Oh, come on, Horns.
And then on the other side of it, Vanderbilt and Alabama. You ain't going to believe this.
No, Vandy was looking pretty good early on.
And they still looking pretty good. It's up. They're all tied up at 14. Here on that last play, so Romeo Ortiz stops the runner after a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the play, taking the ball out to the 23-yard line. So second down and will be about 4. So it is 14-14, 11:43 to go in the third.
It looks Vanderbilt, like we got another quarterback lining up. Look like Aiden Hooper is going to get a shot.
So a chance to get the Maverick back in the game. Going back to work. Ball in the hands now of Johnson. Johnson cuts back and makes a couple of Lion defenders miss and take the ball out nearly to the 30-yard line. But regardless, it's still going to be enough for a first down at the 29-yard line. Virginia and Louisville, and after that, there looks like there's going to be a warning issued against the Lions.
What is that about?
No,
sideline warning?
Sideline warning has to be. Actually, it's unsportsmanlike.
Oh.
So that's going to move the ball up to the 44-yard line. So going back to work. And Quentin Morgan is still talking to the linesman right now. Did not like that call. So another strong run now.
Come on.
The Lions having a hard time bringing Johnson down. He keeps grinding ahead for a gain of 11. Taking the ball inside the 50 down to the 45-yard line for the Lions.
Right.
Make that the 44.
Everybody's trying to strip the ball instead of tackling the man.
Three receivers, twin split. Going to give the ball to Johnson. Johnson finds a crease to the outside, and he just gouges the Lion defense for another gain of about 11 yards. Johnson wheeling and dealing. And believe it or not, Ottawa has now started to eclipse normal numbers that they've put up against other teams now. So you're talking about Ottawa after that last run going to be close to a 200-yard rushing day as a team. And you're talking about them now with over 400
yards of total offense.
428 yards of offense. Dancing around in the backfield, going to be brought down. This number 23 is the ball carrier this time, Foster. And as far as rushing is concerned, they're going to lose a yard or two there, but they're right around 200 yards rushing at 238 228 yards passing right now, Gary.
Pretty balanced attack.
That's what Ottawa does to you.
Yeah. Then you start letting down, and then they let everybody play.
3 receivers, twins to the right. Ball is snapped. Going to go right back up the middle.
Shortening the game here, running that football.
Down to the 29-yard line.
Taking a sweet time.
Exactly. 31 seconds left. We'll try to get a beat on how much time is left in the game. So 4:50 left in the game. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. And they're going to sit there and
Screen, weak.
And a great open field tackle, because if you don't make that tackle, he's in the end zone. On that play again, Foster with the screenplay, taking the ball down to the 19-yard line. It's another first down for the Spirit. And they've been able to matriculate the ball down the field on this drive, Gary.
Yeah, it's just been taking it one step at a time.
Coming set with 4, make sure it looks like this. It looks like 3 receivers.
I mean, they're just doing it in chunks, just bite size. Just, well, hey, let's shorten this game up. Let's go 3-4 yards here and there. That's a good tackle for a loss, though, by the Lions. I'll take it. Getting
it back there to Johnson that time. Going to drop him for a loss of about 5, maybe 6 yards. Correction, they're going to make that about 3 or about 4 yards.
They're going to give him forward progress.
So they're going to mark him down at about the 23-yard line. So 3 receivers, twins to the right, H-back.
Counter.
And this time Giron decides to hold on to it.
Oh, he has a
sideline.
sideline.
20, cuts back inside, and will get knocked down at about the 13-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the first down. They need to get inside the 10, right there about the 9. A timeout's been called. So timeout or 2-minute warning is what it is now. So 3rd down and 4. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this game on the other side. You're listening to Langston Lion Football, brought to you by MJ Bail Bonds Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, guiding right to the Black Chronicle newspaper. Minutes of this one, back to live action. 4 receivers now. Giron has it. Going to swing it across the middle of the field. The pass is going to be caught right there in the open by the tight end. That is number 5.
Oh, he's cramping.
Duran set James with that catch. And then all of a sudden tightened up right after he got that one. It's been an overall warm day for the Lions.
Guys have been playing right.
I mean, and again, this is unseasonably warm in Oklahoma this time of year, but times ain't, as they say, times aren't what they used to be, Gary.
Oh.
So when you start talking about the way the seasons change and everything else.
I mean, it's their season right now, and it's hot.
Right, it's supposed to be. And right now, as it says, I mean, the game started in the 80s, and we have only dropped about 2 degrees overall. It's about 86 now.
Yeah.
It'll cool off later on when the temperature drops down, but as it is right now, very hot outside, going to work.
Hot. Extremely hot.
And it's going to be a warm homecoming next weekend as well. So as we set to go, ball is snapped. And they're going to hand the ball to Johnson right up the middle, who skirts into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, there it is.
So Ottawa expands the lead to 51-10. And with that score, I'm not quite certain, but I'm going to try and look at to make sure that I am. I do believe that this will become the biggest win in the series.
Yeah, it is. Okay, there it is.
So the
52.
extra point attempt is good. So the score now balloons to 52-10. So we'll stay here, but one of those type of things. So
I mean, you can't argue with 52 points of offensive productivity. You just went over the stats, and what is it, 250 and 250 almost in terms of rushing and
in terms
passing?
of their overall production.
Production, and
we can nitpick, but again, if you're an Ottawa fan, what do you mean? You can say we can say whatever we want to say about it, but the true thing about it is, until this team is tested, you don't really know what you have. And
you talking about Ottawa?
Ottawa, because but again, they're going to have their chance. Trust me. In the upcoming weeks, they will have their chance. The road test will continue over the next few weeks, but to me, it's going to come down to them in the match against Texas Wesleyan.
Yes, that's going to be the heavyweight fight right there.
So that's the one that's really going to determine how everything is going.
And we know Texas Wesleyan, they're going to run the football.
So going to work, the ball skates around. Gerald Martin still trying to get
on
it,
the ball,
and
Gerald.
then finally has to fall on it. Wasn't able to pick it up. It's been that kind of day for the Lions.
Yeah, they put the ball on the ground like that. I'm always a big fan of the squib kick. It's how that ball's shaped, and you know what it does on the ground. And so they put it on the ground. They're not going to put it up in the air and make it easy. They want that thing to jump around, roll in between your legs, go to the side, that sort of thing. Makes it hard for you to return. Then when you get a good kickoff team who's hustling, just absolutely busting their butts to get down there to cover that thing, it makes it real nerve-wracking.
So, when we start looking at the overall outcome of things, so the biggest win of the series took place back in 2023 when it was 68-27. That was a 41-point win.
Okay, so
but
now
right
we're sitting
now,
at 42.
So we're sitting there right there at a 42-point margin right now.
New quarterback.
So we're going to get a chance to get back in the game, and Aiden Hooper is getting his chance to try and move the offense. Aiden Hooper has had some unbelievable moments this year. But again, the question will always be.
He drops one on the ground.
Drops one on the ball. The ball is still rolling around, but the Lions are able to fall on this one.
Yep.
And these are things that, teams that are trying to, if you're trying to win games, these are things that quarterback, center exchange.
Yeah,
those are things that
those are fundamentals. Those are fundamentals. Those are basics.
Now let me ask you,
especially when the ball hits the quarterback right in the hands.
So let me ask you this, Gary. When you keep changing quarterbacks, how much of an impact does that have?
Well, that basically says you don't have a quarterback.
Well, true, but I'm thinking in terms of center to quarterback exchange.
Well, no, it's the same. The snap is the same. As long as that snap wasn't over his head or to the left or to the right, then it shouldn't be, too much of a difference there. I think what you're seeing is you had 3 quarterbacks play tonight for the Lions, and it looks like that's it. That's the end of the game. As the Lions fall to Ottawa, Arizona, 52-10, and there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and because I think that the Lions were in position to have maybe a different outcome. I'm not saying that they would win the game, but what I am saying is that they were in situations where they probably the outcome would have been maybe a little bit different. It's, not 52-10,
right?
For sure. So
okay, so with that, the Lions, of course, on the season, as Gary was getting ready to allude to, has fallen to 1-4.
Yeah.
But in case, I know that sounds bad overall, but the number one problem is you fall into 1-2 in conference.
Yeah.
Anytime that you fall to 1-2 in conference, that means that you're at the point now where you're going to start needing some help to go ahead and pull some things out to get to the promised land, which you want as a conference title and a chance to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of help. That means people are going to start beating each other up.
Right.
So Louisiana Christian's going to have to beat up somebody, and because now you're looking at one conference loss, right?
Right.
Just one. That means you're hoping
that Ottawa's going to lose.
Ottawa's going to lose, and Texas Western's going to lose one.
All right, so let's take our last break, and we'll come back with the Guiding Right post-game show in just a minute. You're listening to Langston Lion Football. Welcome back to the Guiding Right postgame show. Guiding Right, a leading black public health organization in Oklahoma aiming to improve access to healthcare systems and services to marginalized populations in Oklahoma. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. You know, Gary, let's look at it first and foremost about Ottawa. Just want to talk about them briefly.
Yeah.
Are they the number 15th ranked team in the country?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are. Might even be better than 15.
Are they as good as everybody in the country may think? That part still has yet to be determined, and not because they're not blowing out their opponent, because they haven't been tested yet. Anytime that you're putting up those numbers, it's easy to say, well, you're dominant, we're dominant, but we got to look at it from the perspective of, okay, when we start saying Ottawa, then who are you playing? You know, what are you looking at? You got to look at their upcoming schedule to really understand when we're going to see exactly where they're going to end up. And to me, overall, this is a team that is talented. This is a team that's got skill. This is a team that showed us every level that they have to win when it comes to winning football games. Can they do it? Yes, they can. And I think that sometimes gets overlooked when it comes to execution. I mean, next week they're at Texas College.
When?
Then, next week.
Yeah, I know. That's just saying that.
So October 11th.
Yeah, but I'm putting a W on that game.
Then they have a non-conference game against Arizona Christian.
Now, that's going to be a good game.
So that's then at home again against Arkansas Baptist.
That's a W.
And then they end the regular season at Texas Wesleyan.
Now that's going to be a fist fight. Now, scroll back up to the very beginning. Who have they played going earlier?
So when we start talking about that,
that's what they have left. But
so in terms of scores, they've already beaten Panhandle State.
Yeah, they beat Nelson.
They beat Nelson College, and they beat Wayland.
So so they've started off with a solid schedule at the beginning. Not a whole lot of challenges there, but the pain points is when they go Arizona Christian and Texas Wesleyan. But they're smart enough not to schedule those teams back to back. So they have an Arkansas Baptist in between, in which Arkansas Baptist, I would favor Ottawa Arizona over that. But that Arizona Christian game, Texas Wesleyan game, now you're hoping, because I didn't see Louisiana Christian on that schedle.
Right. So
that's another thing that I'm looking for. So okay, who else is on that schedule? I didn't see Louisiana Christian on there.
No, I had not either. I mean,
so in my mind, is this a team that can maybe run the table? Yes, I think they can run the table. if they can get past Texas Wesleyan.
Right. So the Texas Wesleyan game is setting up for the game to be built up. Now, the Arizona Christian game is a rivalry game.
Yeah, it is.
Regardless of what goes down. So it's going to be interesting from them.
Yeah.
Now,
which Ottawa probably has gotten the better of Arizona Christian, right?
Right. So when we start looking at this,
Yep.
from the Langston perspective, you fall to 1-4, but the problem is 1-2 in conference. So now Ottawa clearly is in its driver's seat now.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at how Langston needs to pursue here, then you got to ask yourself, well, where else is there going to find some key wins? Now they've got to win against Arkansas Baptist. That's a must-win next week at home.
Yeah, and I'll give him the W on that one. I was just saying.
Yeah, and then when you're looking at Wayland Baptist, that's still up in the air only because you're going on the road again, and you've been playing around, but it should be a win there. The question then becomes the October 25th game against Texas Wesleyan.
Yes.
So that is it before you get to the core on the back end of your schedule.
Right.
So to me, they've got to now run the table the rest of the month here in October to see where they're going to lie in terms of conference standings.
Well, they can hope for a second place because there's no way for them now to have a multiple tie unless someone really slips up. I mean, Texas Wesleyan and Ottawa really have to slip up and get to a point to where someone now has 2 conference losses, which between those 2 teams, I think they can maybe have 1, but I don't think they're going to have 2. Right now, Langston's sitting on 2 conference losses, and they got to win out to maybe have a shot at being number 3 in the conference.
Right. So
because the conference championship is going to come down between, I think.
So next week, the question for this Langston team is this: who is your quarterback?
Yes.
So who's your quarterback?
Right.
And then we've got to start the players that are making those untimely penalties.
Right.
In the past, Langston on this season is averaging 9.3 penalties per game, giving up an average of 80 yards. That's actually down.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's when.
It's when they're happening.
Yeah.
It's the extending of the drives. It's the mistakes when your defense gets off the field and then special teams make it. It's about when the mistakes are happening.
Yep.
And that's what you call players need to learn how to play. Now, in terms of offensive production, this team has a lot to go on. And this is the numbers that you don't want to hear. In the first 4 games, in terms of offensive production, the Lions have yet to out-offense their opponents. In other words, in terms of comparison, they've been in terms of overall number, they're down 1,160 points in terms of off yards on the season in terms of production. What that tells you here is they're struggling to put up points. So every point, every possession, every opportunity matters to this team. You can't afford to squander one. And
here's the thing that I'm seeing from being a coach in the box. And I haven't seen all the games. You've seen them all. I'm seeing that you'll start one quarterback, and I've only called 2 games with you. But I've seen that you start one quarterback, and then the next guy up plays better than the guy you started.
Right, that's twice.
And I'm seeing multiple quarterbacks being played, and you're in conference right now. So my question is, who's your quarterback? Who's your number 2? Cut it off. Somebody gets redshirted. I mean, in for the future, which is going to be important, and whoever's most productive should get the nod. I don't know. What did you see who started against Texas College?
So Aiden Hooper started against Texas College.
Okay.
For game 1, Cade Barrett.
Yep.
Aiden Hooper started against Louisiana Christian.
Yep.
Aiden Hooper started against RGTV.
Yep.
He started against them, and then he turned around and started against Texas College.
Okay.
Now, the reason why he started against Texas College is Cade Barrett, who would have gotten the nod for the start that week was dealing with concussion issues.
Okay.
So we've had one quarterback not start because of an injury situation, and now all of a sudden at the end of the Texas College game emerges Steele.
You talking about
Steele Wassel.
Steele? Yes.
So Steele gets the nod today.
So Steele didn't
get start today.
He didn't get the start today.
Cade Barrett did.
Cade Barrett did. Steele came in, moved the team against Grambling. Who got the start? Cade Barrett.
Right.
And then who came in and moved the team? Aiden Hooper. Then Aiden Hooper also, he gets the start at Texas College, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they win. Then who else?
But again, Aiden Hooper got pulled in the third quarter, and Steele came in and closed it out.
Right, but that's Aiden Hooper. But it wasn't Cade Barrett.
No.
Right. And then Cade Barrett starts today.
Right.
Okay. So in terms of productivity, we're seeing productivity out of Steele, and we're seeing productivity out of Aiden.
Right, we have.
And I haven't necessarily seen that much productivity out of Cade Barrett.
Cade Barrett.
Right. So, again, when it comes down to who is your quarterback, you should have a number one and a number two. If you're not firm in your number one, then maybe you need to have a two-quarterback system.
Right, and who's running different packages at different times.
Right, but you'll never firm up your identity until you get a true leader.
Now, in terms of that, and again, it's not our job to sit here and make the call on this overall, but there is one thing that I think but
we are prognosticators.
Yes, we are.
We're just doing our job.
So when you look at this, the main problem with Aiden Hooper had been the turnovers, which was 7 interceptions in that.
And we saw one today.
No, that was not him. That was Steele.
No, Aiden Hooper fumbled the snap.
Right.
Yes.
Cade Barrett has not finished any game that he's started.
Right.
So, again, if we're going to make the argument has to be between Aiden Hooper and Steele Wassel.
Yes, I agree.
That's got to be the argument.
This
week, going into Arkansas Baptist, the quarterback who takes the lead snap needs to take the end snap one way or the other. Or you're going to have to run packages to utilize a skill that you believe Cade Barrett displays.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be the difficult decision that the Lions are going to have to make.
And he might be that guy who can do certain things, and that's what you run with. But right now, 3 quarterbacks equals no identity.
And that is affecting the continuity of the play and also how that goes. But that being said, you got to mess around here and find yourself in another game, because now your back's against the wall. And for the first time, Arkansas Baptist is going to come into Anderson Stadium with a belief that they can walk out of here with a win.
They might be able to steal one, but not on homecoming.
So, but again, that's going to be extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
So he's Gary Woods. I'm Maurice Prince. I want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight's game: MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, Guiding Right, and the Black Chronicle newspaper. I want to thank our on-site producers, C. Neal, and, of course, Mr. Brendan, and our cameraman, Mr. Taz English, holding us down. All right, I want to also thank our on-site producer on the radio side, that is Mr. Cam, Cool Cam on the other side. There's some other great football games to get to this afternoon. I hope you have a chance to enjoy the rest of the way. But as we will always say, regardless of what the outcome is, it is still always L's up. The Langston Lions fall today, but they can rise again, as there will be another Saturday to play some football next weekend as they take on Arkansas Baptist for homecoming. I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Langston Lion Football. Good afternoon.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or any other use of the accounts, descriptions, or audiovisual elements of this broadcast without the express written consent of Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved.